I'm here to give some bottles to Liverpool players. Bradley. Bottle job. Konate. Bottle job. Virgil van Dijk.
Thought I was finished.
Bottle job. Endo, the biggest bottle of them all.
Hey, bring the bottle back.
Oh no. Raya. Well, it's not done yet. Still at least, 10 minutes left, I reckon?
2 seconds later.
2-0. And that's the title done, guys, I think.
I started this shit brick by brick. It's my shit. Ownership over all these motherfuckers.
I had to, bro, I stopped the game. My goodness. Let me not even shout, sorry. You're playing up against a team that literally have half their team missing. These are not bad defenders. They're not bad defenders.
What do I hold on to?
Game over.
I saw her face.
I've done it before when I came to New York.
I shouldn't even be laughing.
The end of that.
Oh wow! Oh my
God. I completely forgot the end of that clip. I completely forgot that happened.
Hold that, man.
You know what others? You know what others can try and do intros. Others can try and imitate. But my gosh, bro!
You know, he did that. He did that in like 12 hours. He started that last night.
Yeah, he said that was him doing that. Yeah, sorry, Hugh. Go on. Sorry.
No, I was just saying, credit to him, man. He just killed 3 of you, man, in like a 2-minute video, and he did that. He only started that last night. So he deserves every bit of credit.
Serious.
He's so creative, man. He's the best in the business.
A man said that
any other
was
channel out there. You can try and do your intros and mock each other up. You'll never do it like Skull Thuggery. You'll never do it like Skull Thuggery.
Man said he did that rushed. If that's rushed, then boy.
Rushed.
What was that clip at the end, bro? What are you trying to do?
Oh,
bro, did you not see it?
Jump over the barriers in Subway. I did it before a couple of years back, so I thought let me try it again when we went there last summer. So obviously I flopped it, but it's fine.
You're getting old, bro. You're getting old, bro. You gotta humble yourself, man. You're not a spring chicken anymore.
Cheek of you. Soon you'll be 30 years old.
I'm not. Don't you dare.
I said, listen. The way time is blitzing by, soon you'll be 30, and then let's see who's making these jokes.
Don't do that.
He will start calling you old man.
I'm just as young as Hugh.
We'll be calling you Dublin. We'll be calling you Dublin dad instead of Dublin brother.
He's my dad.
Hey, lad.
Not even uncle. Not even Dublin dad.
It's crazy.
Absolutely mad.
Nah, what a day. What a weekend, man. What a weekend, guys. What a weekend.
Yeah, you've had the time of your life, clearly. You would have thought SAEED. You thought SAEED had won the lottery. You had thought SAEED hit the belly. And to be fair, he did hit the belly because I was really off Twitter for most of Saturday. I made my tweets on Spurs and then I was off it. I come back in the evening and I'm just seeing so many tweets. I saw SAEED made a whole video about Spurs. He made a couple of tweets. He put my face on a meme. Bro, he went crazy. He went crazy.
And you know why? Because you, man, held full to Newcastle. Van der Ven became, what did you say, stripper? He became a stripper for that game. Yeah? Basuma, Madison, we're going to talk now. We're going to talk.
Listen. Let's say Spurs. Trust me. We got bigger fish to fry, right? Tottenham small fry. Tottenham small fry, right? Nobody cares about Spurs. Nobody cares about Spurs, right? So let's talk on the big boys. Let's talk on the big boys.
No, I don't think so. But listen, it's where Turkish wants to put it. You know what I mean? I know he wants to avoid Arsenal, so he don't mind. You don't know what's I'm saying?
Well,
it's here. Why have you got your hood up, man? Put your hood down, man. Put your hood down. Let me see that ball head, man. Come on, man.
Saeed's on, man.
Why you got your hood down?
I like
Bro, Man United drew, by the way. Man United drew. This is what's mad. Man United drew, and they should have lost. Shot Curra. They should have lost yet again. Got a nonsense penalty to jam me a point. But thank you. You got me my correct score because I knew that was going to happen.
I got a correct score as well. 2-2.
Oh, yeah, you both did.
Hey.
You both did.
I
The
believe
only
it's
correct
something.
score of the week.
I believe it's something. What was it? I believe it's something.
So shameless.
Nah, listen, big up to the chat. Big up to the chat.
Trust, there's 5.2k here already. Listen, there was a skull intro, but the show just went straight into it. It's definitely not going well, people. But welcome back to the channel. Hit the like button, make sure you're subscribed, do all of that stuff. It's gonna be a mad one tonight because not only have Arsenal and Liverpool bottled it, I will call it that myself, but yeah, Tottenham held 4 as we've just briefly discussed, and United drew at Bournemouth, held on for the draw. City are clear at the top. Chelsea, fucking hell.
Chelsea back.
Matisse went overtime on the review. He was
Waxing lyrical.
Let him off.
Can I just
Well,
confirm before we go into it? Can I confirm if you win your game in hand, you go above Man United? Is that true?
Well, yeah, because our goal difference is far superior to theirs.
Who's your
for
game
sure.
in hand?
I don't know. I don't care.
Us and Man City.
Say the game in hand.
Us and Man City.
Yeah, we haven't got
a game in hand against.
No, we haven't got Man City. We've got Arsenal.
No, Man City.
Arsenal, sorry. Arsenal,
We got
man. Arsenal and us.
So Grizz, can you now shush?
No, I asked a question. I said, "Can I?" This is why I confirmed. I didn't say it for factual. I said, "Can I confirm?" And he's confirmed it. But I'll shush. I'll shush.
Yes,
To be,
you don't do that.
yeah, to be fair, I
Correct,
wouldn't
I'll shush.
I wouldn't shush. Anything can happen, man. Man United and Chelsea are two clowns sparring, like I said a couple weeks ago. So
Yeah, you
the
look
way
worried,
Man United are
Saeed,
playing.
man. Saeed, you look nervous that you could potentially finish below those pack of bums. Like,
Bro,
that was your one consolation this season, that you won't finish below Chelsea. If you finish below Chelsea after the season they've had,
No,
Lord.
I'm gonna shush. I'm gonna shush for now. I'm
But
gonna.
you know
shush
what?
for
And
now.
I don't want to spend too much time on this because we got some serious cooking to do. But I don't like the way that Hugh just phrased that, because it's a disgrace if we finish behind them. Have you watched Man United this season? Like, it's a disgrace either way.
Bro,
It's a
you're both disgraces. You on top of the other, it doesn't matter. You're both disgraces.
Just make
This
sure you
you're a
say it
disgrace
the
as
other way
well.
too.
For letting Cole Palmer go. You're a disgrace as well.
We're top of the league. We're top of the league. I don't care about Cole Palmer.
This guy is shady.
Who's
Oh,
top of
Can
the
I
league?
can I
man?
tell you, Hugh? Can I
Where's
tell you
Where's
something?
Cole Palmer? Where's Cole
Come on,
Palmer?
mate.
Hugh,
Cole
when we-
Palmer stat
when
padding
we-
down in London while we're sitting
Hugh.
top of the league. I think we're doing just fine without him.
Hugh, when we
crazy.
sold De Bruyne, we won the league with Mourinho. When we sold De Bruyne, we won the league with Mourinho. When we sold Salah, we won the
When?
league with
When?
Oscar, Hazard,
When?
William.
So what are you saying? Their downfall's coming, Matisse. Is that what
I'm
you're
not
saying?
saying. I'm just saying that's not the best analysis I've ever
115.
seen on the situation. Like that's not the way I would take it. I wouldn't go down that
When
route.
Matisse?
Let's say
You
stat
made a
padding,
short saying thanks for the Cole Palmer money. I'm getting Matías Nunes. I don't think that's gonna go down well in when it's all said and done. When it's all said and done, I don't think it's gonna go down well.
That's
When it's all
nasty.
said and done, we're still top of the league without Cole Palmer, so it's perfectly
no
fine.
problem. No problem.
It's
If you want to do it that way, go for it. No problem.
You can do it that way. We're doing just fine without Cole Palmer. Don't worry about it.
For now, bro.
Listen,
now,
Cole,
yeah. For
do
now,
your
yeah.
thing down there, man. Do your thing down there, both geographically and table-wise.
Listen,
It's a banger.
6k here now. 6k here now. Hit the like button, people. Let's get up to 2,000k.
We're just warming up. We're just warming up for you lot, man.
Let's get
We're
to
just warming
2K.
up for you lot.
I said 2,000k. 2k. Let's get to 2k, people. Make it happen. Hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Individual channels in the description below. To be honest, the way the weekend went, I think it's only right to kind of, you know, I'm not saying not focus on one, but get them all in terms of, listen, the title race. There's 3 fixtures we need to talk about, 2 losses we need to talk about, and they all have a domino effect on one another. So, what we saying?
I'm okay. I'm okay to go
What's
first.
what's the first domino? Which one? We're
I'm
talking about
okay.
first?
I'm okay with
I
it.
think we have to go with the team who lost 2 home games back to back this week. So I think it only makes sense to start Liverpool.
No, I put my hands up in case you missed me.
No, I agree. That's what I was just saying to Turkish.
Yeah,
yeah.
well, listen, it's like I said, it's all gonna roll up into one anyway. So I'm sure someone's gonna take it left.
I'll
Yes,
start.
we got slow cook. We got slow cook that Arsenal one. It's like what's that meat? Brisket. You gotta like cook it,
Brisk it.
tender. Just let it cool down. Just let it chill. Yeah.
Look at you, bro.
I'm very happy to.
How are you smiling like
about
this?
being
You just
shameless.
got
He said I'm
smoked.
being shameless.
You
Look at
just
this
got
guy here.
smoked and he's smiling like this. No self-awareness. Man.
Bro, when I kid you not, yeah, I was the way, bro, the way I was saying Leon Bailey's name when he scored, I was like, Leon Bailey. I was so happy. I was so happy, bro. So happy, more than you can believe. Like, so happy, honestly. When they went 2-0 up, I was like, yes, go on, Villa. Go on, buff Spurs. Come on, get it. Get it.
We're starting with Liverpool, right?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, wherever, man. It's tight.
Man, it's also the same.
Privileged. It was an incredible sacrificial Sunday. Me and SAEED, football focus. We took time out of our days to really lock in and sit down and see what we thought was 2 guaranteed wins. Like, you know, Liverpool at home to Palace. There's history there at, you know, in the Selhurst Park, but you know, now at home, bouncing back after what happened against Atalanta, definitely thought they'd win. Arsenal as well, but can I just say, Mateta, Elise, Eze, and what's his name? Walton? Very posh.
Walton.
Brother,
Walton, yeah.
these 4 at Anfield in the first half, cooked. And if it wasn't for Robertson clearing off the line, could have been another. This was like Palace, this new manager that they brought in, you know what I mean? Like, they really strutted their stuff, man. They were really putting it on you. Now, you guys obviously missed some big chances as well. And we'll obviously have to get into that. Certain Nunes, who I know you're not the biggest fan of, Grizz, but there's some stats, some crazy stats. It's not too good. You know what I mean? This is why we have to be careful with the GA for strikers, number 9s. To be very careful, because when it's crunch time now and the Premier League's on the line, history catches up to you. Do you know what I mean? What you've been doing is now starting to show, but it's now looking like a long day because it's not so funny anymore. When the team actually needs you to deliver and needs you to put the ball in the back of the net, yeah. Now there's pressure. Now Klopp, it really needs you to actually put the ball in. Now the trophies are starting to fall away. You know, you don't want to leave with just a Carabao Cup. It's been a very mad week for Liverpool. 2 home games, 2 defeats, 2 competitions.
Wheel that, Matisse.
It's not good. It's not good.
You can't leave with just the Carabao, that guy. I'm telling you.
It's not on.
Just the Carabao. He's saying he's tired, but he's got all the caffeine from Carabao. He can't leave just like that, man. If you're gonna talk about this guy up there with the greatest, I'm not sure, man. I'm not so sure right now.
Even the defenders, bro. Like,
let's analyze ISIS.
We can't be doing the disingenuous analysis, man. I know we want to dunk, but let's be fair, man. Let's not disrespect Klopp.
Oh,
right?
It's so when it's Arsenal, Toby doesn't give a shit about being fair. When it's Liverpool, he loves to be fair. He loves to be fair.
You don't need to pick and choose. One week I got an agenda against Man City. The next week I got an agenda against Arsenal. The next week I got an agenda against Liverpool. Right? We're talking about. You just said something about Jurgen Klopp, one of the greatest. Are we sure if he's one of the greatest managers? Let's not be silly, man. Come on.
He's not.
Not alongside Pep and Fergie. Not alongside Pep and Fergie.
He's not up there with the GOAT Premier League managers. He's not.
I don't think anyone's put him next to Pep and Fergie.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone has.
He's easily top 5 in the Prem. Easily. But
I don't know about easily.
Anyway, before Grizz goes in,
he's fifth.
Before Grizz goes in, because I watched the Atalanta game and then I watched the first half of the Liverpool game, and boy, oh boy, it genuinely looks like these men are gassing out, bro. Like Endo, the way he was rushed, bro, the way they rushed Endo on Thursday and then they rushed him again on Sunday. Do you lot watch Shogun? Do you watch Shogun? Does anyone here watch Shogun? Do you know what seppuku is? When someone commits seppuku and when they basically it's suicide, basically, like you're killing yourself. They were killing Endo. If you don't know what it is, go Google it. They were killing Endo on this football pitch on Sunday, and they killed him again on Thursday. McAllister stunk on Sunday. I must say he stunk. Szoboszlai, whether he starts, whether he starts or whether he comes off the bench, this guy makes next to no impact. But I want to talk on the centre backs because Konate and VVD had a mare against Atalanta, and then Konate had an absolute shocker against Palace, and Van Dijk, People are talking about Flippy Van de Ven. Van de Ven got Pam this weekend, but Virgil
And Disney came back, man. It's bad.
Virgil was arse. Listen, Van Dijk's been one of the best, top 3 best centre backs in the league this season, right? Easy, if not the best. But he was arse against Atalanta, arse against Palace. Salah, the performances have been stinky for a long time this season. The goals are there because he's Salah, but the performances have been stinky for a long, long time. And I ain't even going to mention Nunes. Like, I've said what I need to say on Nunes. It's nothing new. So I just wanted to put that out there before you got your word in, Grizz. So yeah, there you go.
We got Robertson though.
Yeah, big up Robertson. Literally the only shining light. Yeah, look, we're gonna talk about Arsenal, we're gonna talk about the title race, we're gonna talk about everything else, but you're not gonna say what kind of statement I'm about to make, but I'm very, very comfortable and at ease now.
Oh no.
Sorry?
You've given up. You know it's over, innit?
Very comfortable and at ease now. Very comfortable. And one may ask, what do you mean by that?
Because Sky Sports did the race for the title, man. I thought he was going to get gripping shit.
Look, supercomputers and all of that business, I don't run with them. Yeah? I watch football with my eyes. I do my analysis with my eyes on what I see and what I predict at the start of the season, during the season, middle of the season, end of the season. And all of you, my brothers, have been on every show with me when we've been talking about favorites. And I've said, not once did I think, in my opinion, we became favorites because we didn't capitalize on Man United, Arsenal consecutive weekends. We didn't beat Man City at home. Then we didn't beat Man United away. All those games you guys know. And you guys are witness. If you don't want to just make it up and say, no, you don't remember. I said, if we win any of those games, I will make us favorites for the first time. So in my eyes, we never once were favorites for the league. But,
yes, facts.
But we bottled it. We absolutely, I think Toby's analysis was absolutely spot on. All of those players that he's mentioned. And yeah, we're going to speak on Nunes. Because a few weeks ago, I did speak about his impact and about his effectiveness. And I said, but if it costs us, then yeah, there is a conversation to be had. Tobs, you remember I did say that. I said, look, I don't rate him as a player. He's not my guy. But I have to support him as a Liverpool player. Every time he dons the shirt, I have to support him and back him. But at the point where you need him, I think Matisse was just saying, you need him and you can't deliver. And in all of those games, he's missed chances.
Big chances too.
And big chances too. So when it costs you, there have to be questions asked, especially at a club like Liverpool, especially when you talk about the strikers that we've had. And it's a downgrade.
And the price.
Mane, Salah, Jota, there's a big gap. And then it goes down to Nunes and Gakpo. Again, I don't want to be seen to be hindsight, but I told man, Gakpo's not my guy either. Nunes is not my guy either. Diaz is my guy, and I rate him. And he had a bit of an off day, but he was substitute. I don't think I agreed with the substitution. We've had 69 shots in our last. I can't remember now. Shit, the stat. You know me and stats. And we've not scored enough goals to stay in this title race. I never once thought we're going to win it. I always knew City would win it. And I've been saying it. You guys know. I said City going to win it, City going to win it, City going to win it. Because I've been playing this game with these lot for the last 6-7 years. I know how they operate. Now that they've hit the league lead, there's no looking back. They ain't looking back in anger. Sorry, I had to throw that one in. So they ain't looking back in anger anytime soon. We can talk about Arsenal, and Turkish can talk about Arsenal, but as Liverpool, I knew we're not going to win the league, but I didn't want it to go out like that. So even though I'm saying, look, I'm calm, I'm cool. I'm calm and cool because I never once thought we're going to win the league, but I'm pissed off and heartbroken and down and out, and I need to hold that for the way it happened against Palace. Because that's not the game I thought is going to happen against. I kept telling you guys, 3 games away in 6 days, that's where I think we're going to fuck up. Yeah, 3 games in 6 days. This was one of those, as we were talking before, Hughie was saying, he went to the gym thinking, yeah, Palace at home, Villa at home. Yeah, well, let's see next week. This wasn't the week to die. But we died. You got us. I think it wasn't Roy Hodgson, because that would have been murderation. It was some next manager, Glasner. He done a job. He watched Atalanta dismantle us. Atalanta, this wasn't as bad as Atalanta, because we made chance after chance in the second half, like chance after chance. Against Atalanta, we just didn't play well. This was not as worse, but it hurt far more than Atalanta. Hurt far more, because any glimmer of hope that I had, and Liverpool fans might have been gassing it, whatever. You guys might interact with Liverpool fans that have been gassing it. Fair play. Go on, tell them. Go on, beat them up. But me, I'm hurt and I'm beating myself up because this wasn't the game. But overall, I'm at comfort and I'm easy with myself because I expected us to finish second, and I definitely think we're going to finish second now.
I think to finish second is no disgrace, considering I didn't have Liverpool in a title race at the start of the season, and considering that you're like redoing your squad. So I'm not going to be disingenuous and say, oh, you bottled it or anything like that. But I think it's the other competitions that are going to kill you. Because
this was a bottling, Matisse. This
well,
weekend,
that game, yeah.
But
I just mean in general, I didn't.
Not even United away. The last two league games, okay. Atalanta, I don't know if we spoke about it or we didn't. But
we did.
Europa League now, and it is what it is. I still, I wanted it badly for Klopp. I feel sorry for Klopp, but the players, and I know you guys are talking about Klopp. He, like, when tacticos these days say the coach coached a 5-1 demolition job there. He just players couldn't put the ball in the net.
You need Henderson.
Like, we literally missed chance after chance. Tobes, I know you said you didn't watch the second half. I don't know if any of you man.
I saw the chances in the second half, man.
Bro, it was a joke. It was a joke.
Salah.
Klopp can't do anything about that. They missed chance after chance after chance. So the Klopp dialogue, whatever, if you don't want to have it, no problem, or save it for another day. But Matisse, I hear what you're saying, but I'm being honest with you. We bottled against Man United away last week, and we bottled it at Palace. And that's our title chances, the slim chances that I thought we had. Remember, I was talking about 33% and with City, but if we win against United, I'm going to make us favourites. Never happened. We didn't beat Man United. And then we lost to Palace at home. Done deal. Congratulations to Man City on the four-peat. You know what I mean? It's a massive achievement. It's a massive achievement. And I think they win the Champions League as well. Oh, and the FA Cup. Oh, sugar plum. Double triple. Here we go.
GRIZZ, I think the thing with Liverpool as well, right, is because, and we've mentioned it as well, how like potent Liverpool are. Like when everyone's fit and available, you can score against any team in the league. But the flip side of that, and I know it too as a team who prioritize attack more so than the defense, right? When the guys aren't sticking away the chances, you don't really have the setup that allows you to basically stop teams from scoring against you. So it's always a case of you always having to score more than the opposition. Like you have to put those chances away. You have to put 2, 3, maybe even sometimes 4 goals past the opposition to win the game of football. And you could see that even against Crystal Palace. Like I know you created chances in the second half, enough chances to probably turn that game around. But Crystal Palace also had serious chances. Like Mateta, I don't know how he didn't end that game with at least a brace. Like
in the first half, in the second half,
second half it was
in the second half it was just one-way traffic. Apart from that one Alisson wonder save, like their keeper Henderson. But I tell you what, Tobes, though, you're spot on. Apart from Klopp's one season where he turned Liverpool into a machine, where it was like as soon as we take the lead, no one's scoring past us, or like that kind of thing. He's always been like a basketball type. Let's do this. Manic end-to-end stuff. Apart from one season where we became ultimate machines, over a period of 18 months. And in my opinion, the reason for that is because we haven't, and you lot can say it's an excuse, but it's fact. We've revamped our midfield, so we haven't got the stability. It's phase 1 of our rebuild. And again, Endo has been, and I know we've praised Endo and I've praised Endo, but Endo's not going to be our long-term number 6. I knew that when we signed him. And even when Liverpool fans were praising him and some were overpraising him, I was like, he's doing his job. But we've overplayed him and we've relied on him. Yeah. So you're right. He did look dead on his feet because he ain't used to this battle, man. This is a next level battle with Arsenal and Man City, where the temperature is red hot. He's not that guy for me. And fair play to him, he's done a brilliant job. Not a brilliant job.
Yes.
He's done an
No, I
adequate
think
job
he's done a
for what he
brilliant
was
job.
bought.
When you look at what he was bought for,
as a
what he's-
squad
what he's-
player, going to come in, come out when we need. But unfortunately, he's been our main DM. Which, if you compare him to prime Fabinho, when we had prime Fabinho, when teams scored, when we scored, game over. Because Fabinho, Henderson, and Ginny will smother you. This team's not capable of that.
We were saying
phase one.
in January that you needed to bring in another DM. Well, I said it
100%.
anyway. You said
100%.
you need to bring in someone. Like, if you guys are going to actually seriously go for this title, and if you're definitely going to go on multiple fronts, and you just let the window go by. I don't know why for FFP or whatever it was, but you didn't take advantage of
just how we operate. Listen,
the situation.
Let's be real. Every team that wins a league has to have a monster midfielder in there. If Man City win it, we know Rodri. If Arsenal win it, we know Rice has been the game changer. Was Endo ever going to be compared to them two brothers? McAllister's different. McAllister's a baller. McAllister's a footballer. He's not a monster destroyer. Every Premier League team, even when Leicester win it, Prime Kante was a destroyer. You know, Endo was never going to be that guy for me. And even though people are glorifying the P and his performances, absolute respect to Endo. I'm not cussing Endo himself, but he's just not that guy, in my opinion. And Liverpool fans can argue with me. He's not that guy to win you a Premier League. He's not. He's just not. He hasn't got the capability, the physical capability.
He isn't. You're right. But I don't think anyone was expecting that to be the reason Liverpool win the league title. If you were to
we had to out. You're right. We had to out fire teams, and we did. It's just dried up now. And look, it's factual again. If you're going to rely on Nunes as a hit and miss and not a potent striker, and then Salah's been out and Jota's been out for 3 months and 2 months respectively, that's 5 months without your two cold gunmen. It's going to affect us, and it's caught up with us now. It was close. It was bloody close though, because if we didn't have Jota and Salah out for 5 months between them, things could have been different. But alas, it's football. We did, and we've bolted it. We've bolted it.
Do you think the Salah one,
bro? This
the Salah one,
was a humbler this weekend.
I know he did get injured, but even before his injury, I must say, Grizz, the GNA has always been there, but the performances have been on the wane for I would say a fair part of the season. You know,
do you know what?
Let's talk real. Let's talk real.
The real fact is he's old now. He's not young as he was.
And this is what I'm trying to allude to.
So
like,
he changed his game.
He's finally slowing down.
Yeah, he changed his game. He became a playmaker for us from the left midfield and added goals. Still scoring the goals, but he was creating, like, I'll send you a reel, guys. I'll tweet.
Passing, yeah.
The amount of chances that he's created this season and we've missed is unreal. Like, I'll show you a highlights reel, 3 minutes, where Salah's been like prime Ozil and shit in terms of creating. But people haven't finished. And yeah, his performances since his injury have been stinky. Since he's come back from his injury, he's pretty much been a non-participant in games. He has lost that yard of pace, but he had lost his yard of pace, I think, even at the start of the season. But he evolved his game, and he was playing. I think he was playing well. I disagree with you, but since back of his injuries, even the numbers aren't matching up, and now his performances have dipped at the most crucial time. We're suffering.
It's difficult. It's difficult for Mo Salah because I think the weight of the world has fallen on his shoulders since Mane and other players have left. Because other than Jota, there's probably no one else in that team you could say is a cold-blooded killer. So there's a huge amount of responsibility on Mo Salah to deliver. So I'm not going to really shoot him down too much. But I think you've hit the nail on the head quite well, Grizz, regarding Endo, and I think you could apply that same point to many other players in the Liverpool squad, which is why I won't go too much in on Liverpool for not. If they don't, I don't think they're out. I don't agree with you on throwing in the towel. I don't think it's done, but if that's the way you feel, fair enough. But if Liverpool don't go the full distance, I wouldn't go as hard on them as I wouldn't say Arsenal, because I think there's too many players in that Liverpool squad right now that just aren't league winning standard. I think Endo, of course, as you've named, Szoboszlai right now, he's not. Conor Bradley's a great player in the making, but he's not just yet. Darwin Núñez, absolutely not. Cody Gakpo, absolutely not. You compare the squad depth and the quality that Arsenal have in comparison to Liverpool, I felt, and I do feel, there's more expectation on Arsenal to challenge the full distance. If Liverpool were to go the full distance and potentially win the league, it was going to be purely based off Jurgen Klopp drilling these guys and turning these guys into absolute monsters. On paper, that Liverpool squad, if I'm being totally objective, should not be winning the Premier League.
Yet.
It shouldn't be, but they're in the
reason why I said I think we'll fall just short. And I said it from the start. I said we'll be back, but we won't be able to have enough to win the title. Now, don't get me wrong. I got excited because we were in there, 7 games to go. But we bottled it. We just weren't, and it's good enough. There's no excuses. We just weren't good enough to get over the line, in my opinion.
Listen, man, there's a lot of excuses going on, man. Don't know why there's a pity party for Liverpool, man. They can hold that. Yeah.
No, listen, it's not a pity party from me. Nah, absolutely man. Not. I take great pleasure in the fact that if Klopp is to leave with just the Carabao Cup and he was always second best to Pep, that's great for me. I have no issue with that. But when I speak on like I just did, I'm speaking objectively. I think Arsenal are far more primed, excuse the pun, to challenge for a Premier League. They have the quality players around the pitch. They have far better squad depth than Liverpool. So I think if you're going to really cook someone for bottling this weekend, but I'm going to reiterate my point. No. It's not over for me. It's absolutely not over for me. I don't know why. I don't know why. Like, listen, when we were 4 or 5 points behind the times, you'd say to me, "Oh, City aren't the same. Are you going to win the title?" My answer was always yes. I still believe we're going to win the league. Why is there Arsenal fans leaving after 85 minutes and telling us the league's over? Why is there Liverpool fans saying the league is over? City are just going to run away with it. If we're not the exact same team that we were last season, which I agree we're not, we don't have the same firepower. We're not as defensively solid. With 6 games to go, an FA Cup semi-final, a Champions League quarter-final, you think we're going to go unscathed? It's a tall order. I believe we can do it. It's absolutely not done.
I do have to agree. I think the mentality is absolutely in the bin. Absolutely.
My mentality, yes.
Not yours specifically, just in terms of the 2 fan bases and the 2 like clubs, it's just in the bin. Like, at least fucking go for it. Like, go for it, man.
Big up Eagle-Eyed Football, by the way.
You have to go. Like, giving up. Like,
what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, Matisse?
Brother, people, you guys are in a title race. Like, you guys have had great seasons. Like, you guys have gone on runs. This is your first defeat, I think, Arsenal this year. Liverpool, you've been immense, right? There's some of us down here in 9th, 8th. Like, and I'm seeing you guys giving up after 1 defeat, after a bad week. Some of us had bad months, bad years, bro. Like, you guys are still here. Like, City at the end of the day, yes, they're favorites now, but for people to be leaving grounds and saying, "Oh, it's over," and like, "Oh, like what is going on?"
That was disgraceful. I'm sorry. Disgraceful, Matisse, yesterday at the Emirates. I'm sorry. The Arsenal fans that left the Emirates yesterday should absolutely hang their heads in shame. Hang their heads in shame. I'll tell you now for a fact. I'll tell you now for a fact, Grizz, when we were in title races with you and say we drop points or the game's not going according to plan, ask any City fan that was going. We would always stay till the end because we always backed our boys. If that Arsenal team is as good as they've told us all season, and I agree, they've been outstanding for large parts of the season, so solid defensively and potent going forward. The first sign of adversity, and you all dip after 85 minutes, you don't stay to the end and say to your lads when they're feeling down, there's 6 games to go, we can still do this. City aren't uncatchable. I thought that was disgraceful to leave your players like that. Absolutely shameful. It was only last week when they were top of the league and they were telling us how fucking brilliant they are. And they was justified because they were brilliant and they still are brilliant. So it's not done. You shouldn't be leaving your team out to dry like that.
Now, this is not to Grizz because Grizz has been very realistic all season. Like, Grizz is very difficult to cook, I'm not going to lie, because he's been very on point with his movements on Liverpool all season. He's pretty much laid it out as it is. However, I'll let you do that, Saeed. But my last point is, right, my last point is, right, when it comes down to these two clubs, this was dressed up as to be one of the most entertaining, closest title races we've seen maybe in the history. And what now? It's over. No. Don't go anywhere. No, you will go to the end. Oh, you will. After all of that talk, not from you as an individual, Grizz, like I said, when Liverpool at the top of the league, Liverpool fans could talk. All since 2023, turn of the year, we have had plenty of time to talk about Núñez because what we see has never changed. But the stats now, you don't care about the GA. Or because I'm gonna tell you now that Núñez is only 2. I'm gonna tell you now that, that Nunes is only 4 GA ahead of Jackson. Yeah, he's got 4 more assists, same goals. But you wouldn't want to hear it because the narrative is now not the same. Now you don't care about. Now you don't care about the GA. Now you don't care about the contribution because now he's missing chances. Now it's hurting you. No, you're gonna firm this and you're gonna go to the end. Don't go anywhere, please. All the way to the end with this title race. Take it to the last day. You're gonna leave it out.
Because why?
You go next.
On the table. All out on the table.
Because why though? Because why? You haven't added the crucial hashtag. What is it, Matisse? It's do it for Klopp. You know, it's do it for Klopp. It's not. When does the season end, guys? When does the season end? Is it the 22nd of May? Is it 28th? That's the day. Yeah, that's the day where we will judge whether they have failed for Jurgen Norbert Klopp. So Europa League possibly it's over. Maybe it's finished. I think according to GRIZZ. But this Premier League, man, you've got to do it for Klopp. You know, I'm doing my bit. You know, to make sure that doesn't happen because, again, Matisse, we didn't do the watch. We watched West Ham versus Fulham. Brilliant goals by Andres Pereira. And I just seen the goals. I seen Anfield's very, very quiet. I seen Henderson put a masterclass in, a former United player, by the way. So shout out to Henderson. And, I heard Van Disney was on the floor. You know, I mean, stripping. You know what happens with that situation there? But it's not very good, is it? And I don't like seeing GRIZZ like this because he's got his hood up now. He's gone from, you know, a proud man with his war hat to now with his hood up. Very shallow, man. It's not good. I don't like this. I don't like to see GRIZZ unhappy because he's saying to me,
I'm
why are you unhappy?
I'm unhappy. You're right. You're right. I am unhappy. You're right. I am sad. You're right.
Yeah.
I am gutted. All of that. And you're right. I've got no chest. You're right. But I'm comfortable, you know that. I'm at ease because now there's no stress and tension.
You should be stressed.
Should be stressed, man.
No,
I want honestly, I want a bit more accountability.
You can't.
Yeah, but
GRIZZ,
okay.
I want
So
a
you're
bit
saying
more.
you're not.
I was stressed.
Yeah, but you're saying you're not stressed.
Can I ask? Can you ask him to give us?
How much do you want this title, GRIZZ?
Can you ask him to give us some accountability?
Badly.
No, but GRIZZ, seriously now. You're big dog. Woof, woof, bark, bark. Yeah, that's what you keep telling us. How badly do you want this title? Now I know you don't believe that you're gonna win it, bro. But you can't be at ease. You can't be calm. This is.
I think you lot are more. I think you lot are more hysterical than me.
Bro, bro, why am I motivated for you, bro?
And I don't get it.
Bro, you have to be, bro. It's last chance for Klopp, bro.
Because he doesn't want that motivation for Arsenal.
This is this is it.
You know when I said, guys, when I said the big dogs, that was when I knew we're gonna come good because the big dogs were like, what's the prime years of the big dogs? I knew we're gonna come back strong and hush up the world.
You've already had one.
These ones are not the big dogs. These are just we just bred them last season, man. They're just coming through nicely. They're gonna grow this year. And next season we're going to talk. When we do the predictions for next season,
are they puppies? Are they puppies?
That, yeah, man. We know they're puppies this season, man. Matisse knows more than anyone about these puppies, brother. And you know what I mean? Like these, we bust your team up with the puppies, brother. We already know. So these puppies are gonna grow. We got a new coach coming in. We could have a bit of turmoil.
Get the puppy emoji in the chat.
But alhamdulillah, we will never drop to the levels of this brother and that brother. Alhamdulillah, we will never drop to the shamelessness of you guys talking about other clubs with smiles on your faces. Absolute shameless. It's like one of those, I don't even know how many analogies to give. Because Brother SAEED has had a smile on his face non-stop, and we're 21 points ahead of him, 21. And not only that, if Chelsea win their game in hand, if Chelsea win their game in hand, I heard.
What does it mean?
I heard they're going above you as well. So they're going above you. So the team that you spoke on.
Stick to the question. What does it mean if you lot finish 21 points above us and you don't win?
It means I don't talk about you in any shape, way, or form. You're irrelevant to me. But we're so relevant to you. You're so relevant to you. Your whole season's ambitions have been about us. Hold on, take this out. Let me finish then, innit? You asked me a question. Your whole season's aspirations are about us not winning the league. Think deep what you're saying. Us falling us away in game week 33 is your happiest moment of the season. Deep that. This is Manchester United. This ain't even Spurs. This ain't even Chelsea. This is big Manchester United, who claim to be the biggest club one of the biggest clubs in the world. And you're happy and smiling like a Cheshire cat. that we've bottled it in game week 33 of a season we weren't supposed to win anything, according to you? Because you laughed when I said we're going to finish second. Hold on, did you laugh when I said we're going to finish second?
Copium.
It's not copium. Did you laugh? We got the clips.
Copium.
You laughed. You laughed when I said second. And I've got the clips. People have sent me. People have sent me clips where you said I said second. You went.
Are you content? Are you?
We're gonna finish second. No, I told you I'm content.
Why are you
I told you I'm
stressed? Why are you
content.
stressed? Then relax. Let's have a
I'm
conversation.
very
Relax.
content.
Okay.
Are you content?
I'm content. That's what I'm
See,
asking.
that's my point. That's my point. How can you be content with your life?
Listen to me. I know where my club is at. Yeah.
You've had to be kicked out. You got kicked out of your house. You got kicked out of your town. You kicked out of the top four. How can you be content? Now you're going to kick out your manager. How can you kick out your owners? How can you be content?
Are you going to let me speak? Are you going to let me speak? Are you going to let me speak?
Yeah, when I finish. I'm just letting you know how you've been kicked out and you're still content.
When are you finishing? Are you finished?
Sure. Kicked out your house.
Listen,
you've been kicked out of everything, yet you're content because we're second or third.
I'm gonna let you finish.
I finished.
I don't know how SAEED can be content, man. Hang on, SAEED. There's three different scenarios. There's three different scenarios that could happen here. Either Liverpool win the league, and equal your league titles. One of your biggest rivals, Arsenal, could win it at Old Trafford, or City, your local rivals, outdo anything you've ever done. And you're sitting there like a Cheshire cat smiling away. Do you know? Are you tapped? Are you missing screws?
Listen, nobody cares about whatever you do. Nobody cares about City anyway. 115 charges, shush. Yeah,
bro, you left your area because the City fans are annoying you.
Deal with this brother. Let me deal with this brother. Yeah, he's gone from the big dogs now to puppies. Yeah, he said he's content. I'm telling you, like I said to you, we can finish 21 points behind each other. But if you don't win this Premier League, it's irrelevant. It's just positions in the league. Yeah. Oh, Liverpool, they competed for the season, but they won it all. They competed in 2019, whatever it was. They won nothing. It doesn't matter. It's about winning trophies, GRIZZ, yeah? Not about parties.
We won 9 of them. We won 9 of them.
9 of what?
In his tenure. In his 8 years here,
No,
of them.
Forget that 9. Forget the 9. I'm talking about Premier League.
Why?
Premier League.
It's a tough league to win, bro. As apart from Man City, no one else has won it. It's tough league to win. We're the only ones that have won it in Klopp's tenure and Pep's tenure. We're the only ones that have won it and come close.
I keep telling you.
We're the only ones that have come close or actually won it.
GRIZZ,
have any of you not come close?
GRIZZ, I'm going to correct you for the last time. No, I'm going to correct you for the last time. We won it in the Pep era. Okay.
First season, was it?
First season.
Yeah.
Fair play.
One each. We got one each.
Yeah.
Salah's got one title at Chelsea. He's got one title at Liverpool. Don't you ever forget it.
No, fair play. But I'm not even directing this at you. I'm directing at the brother who's smiling like as if he's achieved something in his life. And I said, why are you content with your life when you're in this situation with your own house?
Oh,
and when I mean house, I mean United.
19 points ahead of us, and you're not winning a trophy.
No, I get you're supposed to banter me. I get you're supposed to
United trophy. You won it.
But it's like like Toby says, you've dedicated your whole season.
You dedicated shit. You didn't dedicate to Klopp.
You made the hashtag.
Your fan base, your players did not.
SAEED TV. SAEED TV invented. SAEED TV brought out hashtag do it for Klopp. You wanted it done for. I was like, you done all this.
No.
Who made do it for Klopp? SAEED TV, yes or no?
Because listen to me here. You lot could not let your greatest manager in the last 30 years go with the Carabao Cup.
There's nothing we can do, my brother. There's nothing I can do about it.
You've got that trophy at home.
I must say, when the announcement was made, we did ask, is it going to help or is it going to hinder? I don't know what the answer is, but I think the juice ran out. If he maybe made that announcement a bit later, maybe it would have lasted to the end of the season. I genuinely think, and that's a great point, and I questioned it myself at the time. The Liverpool fan base that follow my shit on my channels and whatnot, they will know I did question the timing of it, and how it could end. But I tell you, Matisse, we wouldn't have even become this close if he didn't motivate them like that, because this team's not ready. I agree with what he was saying. This team was not ready. So I think it helped, and you're right. It's run out of juice because we're not the best team in the country. I've got no shame in saying that. I've been saying that.
It's true.
We're not the best team in the country. So he had to instill that juice in them, And then we like rah for a little while, but we're puppies yet, man. We ran out of steam. We're not the big dogs that kept roaring to the end and finished. We're not thoroughbreds yet. These kids ain't the thoroughbreds that, you know what I mean? Some people might have thought they are. They're not. So that's where I'm content. But yeah, all of you are right. I'm gutted. I'm rattled. I'm disappointed the way it's happened with Man United, the shittest coached Man United team ever, and Crystal Palace at home. The way it's happened is embarrassing. What would you guys want me to say, man? I'm holding it.
I want you to acknowledge that you said so. Basically, and I hate to nitpick at this. So there's two things I want to say. One is not for you, but I will say that afterwards. So the first thing I want to say is I want you to say TOBS, fair enough with Darwin Núñez, because we had a conversation probably last week or the week before where I said, GRIZZ, don't want to seem like I'm on a witch hunt here, but this guy, when it comes to games where he needs to be the deciding point and Mo Salah's not firing, he's not going to be the guy to do it. And your rebuttal to me was, but TOBS, he's got the GNA, he's got the GNA, he's got the GNA. And I said, it's not good enough. When you look at the attackers that Liverpool have had in years gone by, they will help Liverpool ice out games in these type of run-ins, right? You said GNA. And when you were on your analysis of Liverpool, you literally referenced the exact same thing I said last week that you criticized me for.
So there's clips and there's videos. So I'm sure if people want to go through the 2-3 weeks ago when we had that conversation, people can replay the whole clip and our conversation. And I said GNA, right? I 100% she said GNA. But I also said, but if it affects us when it comes down to the crunch, then we have to have that conversation. And I said, if he does come, when it comes down to the crunch and he doesn't get us over the line and his misses come back to haunt us, then there will be questions to ask. And I've asked those questions. I've told you, Toby, goals and assists, you can't just say goals and assists don't matter. But goals and assists at the time when it's needed do matter. There's context behind goals and assists. When it comes down to it, in the last 6 games or the last 7-8 games, if his goals and assists are not there, so for example, since I had that conversation with you, he hasn't got any goals and assists. So my point is still valid because he hasn't got, I said, as long as he gets goals and assists, I don't care about his overall play in the long term, if he's effective. But he hasn't got the goals and assists since those 2-3 weeks. So therefore, I'm kind of right, Tobes, if you know what I'm saying.
It wasn't just the goal. My thing was, and this will be the last
one. I said he'll never be that.
But that's my thing. My thing was we're entering dangerous territory here when we're judging guys who are meant to win games for their team based on GNA. It was the same murky waters that got Arsenal fans giddy over Gabriel Jesus, and now look at them.
I want that to be a segue because I want to have enough time here. We have to.
He was a 50
minutes enough because we got so many games.
No, it's the truth. He was a GNA guy last season. He's got GNA. The guy's on 4 Premier League goals this season when his team needs him to back. We saw Nicholas Jackson. You called him Action Jackson. You said that this guy's this guy's that, this guy's this guy's that. His GNA is up there as well. Yet you wouldn't take him.
But this is my point.
To end on this, my only last point on this.
So is Núñez.
I'm not even talking about the footballing. You could be the nastiest footballer in the world. You could be in the nastiest footballer in the world. My point is we need to get out of this mindset of saying striker A is doing well because he's got 8 GNA. Why do I care if he's got 8 GNA? If it's 5 assists, 3 goals, and the game your team needs to score.
It's a very simple rebuttal. Very simple rebuttal, and it's the last time we're going to discuss it probably because it's a very simple rebuttal. And Matisse will know I said it at the time, and we've used it for the Grealish analogy for City as well. What my opinion was at the time, and it still hasn't changed, or my thought was, if it's helping the team stay at the top and challenge for the cups and win trophies or whatever, then it will be overlooked. The moment it doesn't, that's when questions have to be asked. So, for example, if Grealish's performances, good or bad, enabled Man City not to win the league, where they're expected to win the league most seasons, then the questions would be asked. Same with Jackson. If Chelsea languish in 10th, 12th, but Jackson is getting goals and assists, same thing. And it's same with us. If we were languishing, but yet Núñez's goals and assists were there, I would be asking the same question. The fact that we were up there fighting for 4 trophies, that's why I said, as long as it doesn't affect the team. Now that it's affecting the team because of him.
It's always affected the team.
The question is, It wasn't, was it, Toby?
It's
He hasn't
always
scored in the
affected the
last 3
team.
4 games. Okay,
It's
if that's
always
what-
affected the team. He doesn't score enough. What do you mean? It's always affected your team. He does not score enough. He doesn't put games away. And when Mo Salah's not on it, it costs
when
you.
we were top, when we were top, and in the quarterfinals of the other cups, his goals couldn't have done any more. We couldn't have been further in the cup. We couldn't have been more top. Do you get it? That's what it is. The moment it stops and he misses glaring chances, then you have to question him. I've always questioned his ability.
We don't need to hang on this. Let's move on. But my last point, sorry, before you come in,
the goose chase.
before you come in, I want Alex AGT. I want him to hold this viciously.
Bro.
The guy's been running around saying, "Hold that, hold this, hold that, hold this." He told us they were getting jabby, pie on his face. He told us they were doing the quad, pie on his face. Yeah, Premier League, do it for Klopp, pie on his face again. AGT, Alex, hold that.
Damn.
Hold it.
Damn.
Good.
Facts.
All right, let's move on.
And the rest of them.
We've got quite a few Liverpool super chats in. So I'm
to specify.
thinking get Liverpool super chats in, then move on to Arsenal rather than get them
Yeah.
all in at the end of the whole discussion. It could pile up quite a bit. All right, let me scroll up. Where are we? KP started it off. There's blood in the water and it's hunting season. What happened to the mentality monsters? What's this about Salah not showing up in the title run? Well, Grizz did touch in on it. Let me just get the Liverpool ones in. There's a fair few on Chelsea as well, obviously. Who's this one about? Oh, Jalfa says, Maryland Millhouse in the mud. Hold that tier 1 pussy. Hashtag do it for Klopp. Where are we?
I'm not gonna lie. I might have been right. I'm not right because I don't get it.
You know Millhouse from The Simpsons.
No, that's what I said. I might have been rattled if I got it. Lucky I didn't get it, so I'm not rattled.
Grizz, you know when Toby gets in one of these moods, it's his peak.
I swear I don't get it, but Toby gets it. So yeah, I got done there. I think. I think I've been done there.
Next one.
Anything I'm laughing at is Toby's laugh.
Get composure, Toby. Let me mute you while you get composure.
Relax,
Freddie
man.
says Jurgen Klopp with the set. You don't have to. You can laugh on mute. Jurgen Klopp with the same amount of Champions Leagues as Di Matteo, the same Premier Leagues as Ranieri, and some compared him to Sir Alex Pep Mourinho. It ain't easy.
Yeah, what a disingenuous tweet. Like, it doesn't make sense to do that kind of shit, but it's all right. We've got your $5. Game over.
Slick Who says Arsenal and Liverpool had a great stride to take a title off us. We let you surf, but you fell. Now the Sharks have risen and it's too late. Hashtag four-peat, hashtag double treble.
Yeah, man, I'm there. 4P and double treble. I'm there for that.
Jarring, bro.
Yusuf says Salah lost his pace and now we're seeing him for the scrub he always was. I don't care how many times he toe poked the ball into the net. Hazard is clear. And LFC say, big up Grizz, bad week for Liverpool. Disappointed with results. We got ourselves to blame, but I will not stop supporting this team. I have faith in Klopp.
Big up LFC, sir.
Yeah, big up, my bro. Big
Try
support of the
bro.
show.
Big up.
These
Big up.
Big dogs got
wankers.
euthanized. Shush. Hold on. Grizz said he doesn't see any of the top 3 capitulating. Here we are, and 2 of the 3 are looking like baby zebras at the back of the herd, about to get yammed. You're all legends, though.
I didn't think any of the 3 will lose in the last 7 games, but Arsenal and Liverpool failed at the first hurdle. So, yeah,
I
it's
did.
peak.
I said before we went live, and I said a couple of weeks ago, I didn't think it'd be a 3-horse race right to the
Yeah.
end. I thought one team would fall off, which I genuinely didn't know, but I didn't think it'd be a 3-horse race. I still don't think anybody's fallen off completely. I'm not ready to say we've won.
BY says, Grizz, a couple of weeks ago, I told you if Arsenal and Liverpool drop points, we officially bottled it. Us as Liverpool fans know this is not the best City team we've seen. And Byron says, Darwin over 60 big chances missed in 2 years. Nearly 2 times Jota's Prem minutes this season and only 2 more goals. But we don't question it when we're winning. That's what tends to happen, though, isn't it? Hamza says Chelsea's 35 million striker, 1 goal behind Liverpool's 85 million striker, but you'd never guess which one gets way more criticism from GRIZZ. Nunes is garbage. Big up Adams. Liverpool fans try gaslight us using Nunes goals and assists to justify him having a good season. A famous man once said, quote, stats are like bikinis. What they show you is interesting, but what they don't show you is equally as interesting.
That was hilarious.
Savage
That was
Dan.
so
Funny, man. That was so funny.
That was hilarious.
Who said
I
that?
think
Savage Dan.
Filthy fellas, wasn't it? Was it on Filthy fellas?
Yeah.
was it here that Nunes they was trying to creep Nunes into team of the season? Was that here or was that a different show I was on? Was that here? It was a
Nah, it
different
can't
show.
have been here.
But if someone said it here, they wouldn't get away with that.
Yeah, it must have been a different show.
Yeah.
Must have been a
Not a
different
chance.
show. Yeah, that's crazy.
DDMK says the Tottenham offside goal costing Liverpool the league. Going way back. Byron says, do it for Klopp is knackered. Jota did his job during AFCON when we needed a gunman. Shame about the injury. Darwin, Lucho, Cody, Shabozlai, step up. And Robert, big up. GRIZZ in one breath say you got the best recruitment around. And next you complain that all these players ain't good enough. You were 3 points clear after game week 31 with them.
Robert, comparing our recruitment to yours, if you're still doing it, we haven't taught you anything in the 5-6 weeks that you've been communicating with us. If you're comparing your recruitment to us, who we're talking about being disappointed and out of the title race in game week 33, then my friend, you're still as deluded as I thought you was 4 weeks ago.
Big up Big Steve says Klopp juice, is that like Michael Jackson Jesus juice, asking for the community?
Please don't let me get that community on you again. I don't know where you're going to emigrate to next.
LFC says this. I agree with GRIZZ. If we have Mane and Origi, we will have 10 points. We will have a 10-point lead by now. There are good finishers, but this team still have a slim chance to win. Tricky says, let's compare how many trophies Ferguson won in the same amount of time in his first 7.5 years.
Don't do that. Don't do that. That's just, you know what I mean? They won't like that.
See, what did he do with Aberdeen? Does he want to ask that? Does he want to do what he did with Aberdeen as well? Or is he just going to forget that one?
Fergie's start to life at Man United was quite slow, if I'm not mistaken.
He didn't win fuck all.
Yeah, but he still had pedigree.
What Klopp hasn't have
Klopp won 2 titles.
You started watching European football this year, or you don't know about what Dortmund?
No, but still, though, you know what I mean? Winning Aberdeen or winning a couple, you know what I mean?
What couple? What?
Which ones?
No, brother. He won. No, brother. He won the league. He beat Bayern, and he reached 2 Champions League finals.
Versus Real Madrid. Come on, man. It's not comparable, man.
We're in your world, and we know how many people live in your world.
So you think that's a big achievement? Winning 2 Bundesliga versus Aberdeen versus Real Madrid.
I'll let the audience cook you. I don't even need to answer
There
that.
you go. I know the answer. Shush.
I'll shush, but you've just made a fool of yourself again.
I don't think I have.
I know you don't. That's the worst part.
Just Manny says, I disagree with GRIZZ on Nunes. Liverpool could have been more top if Nunes was more clinical. 39 big chances, 7 scored, 32 missed, including versus Luton at 1-1.
Yeah, possibly. I agree with that, actually. Just Manny makes a very sensible point. I actually agree with that. Toby was right.
CF Candy says, Liverpool trying to do a last dance like MJ when they're sponsored by LeBron. If you know, you know. Also, do you know how mad it is that Palmer could win the Golden Boot? I'm sure we'll get some time for Chelsea as well in the show. And I think that's it on Liverpool. Big up everyone here. 8.5K in the building. Hit the like button and make sure you subscribe. Put a notification bell on. That we passed 2,000 likes. If we haven't, make sure we do. Let's try hit 3K, people.
Yo, by the way, pick up the chat before we go. Listen, me and GRIZZ are like this, innit? So anyone who thinks it's personal, man. The chat, yeah.
If they don't know us by now.
Yeah, man. Listen, we're just bantering people, man. It's all love, man. It's all love.
What people are saying in the comments that you two are.
No. They just think you get me, like we're just, you know what I'm saying? It's all love, man. It's all love.
Yeah, come on.
I hate you today, though. I don't know what you like saying. Like, it's all love. I hate you. I absolutely hate you today.
Oh man.
Are we ready to move on to Arsenal?
Yeah,
or
man.
What are we waiting for?
Yeah,
Because
I think we
to
are.
be honest, I think it's a bit of a disgrace.
I
Like,
wondering what Turkish was doing there for a second.
we're an
I
hour
just thought, let me go silent and see what happens.
We're an hour in, and I
But
feel
you
like
lot just
Arsenal...
let him do this for
Yeah,
an
but
hour.
this is Tobes. Tobes doesn't watch the time. We're an hour
Tobes
in.
is like this. This is why I hate
We're
going
hour
first
in,
sometimes.
and
Because
I feel
Tobes
like
is the only
Arsenal
one who
should
doesn't
be
time.
getting-
He has no conception of time.
I don't want none of
Matisse,
you, man. I don't want
host.
none of you, man, to
You go host.
none of you, man, message me about how long this show runs for. None of you, man, moan about it. It's not my fault. I'm ready to end the show now. So if you lot want to
Arsenal
continue
should
the
be
show,
getting the
everyone
same
can
amount of
continue.
time
I'm ready
as,
to go
as,
to 1
as
a.m.
Liverpool. Should be
Yeah.
getting the same amount of time as Liverpool in
Then
terms
let's
of
do
the
it.
segment.
Let's do it.
Because they lost 2-0 at home to Aston Villa, a team that had
Bro.
2 days less preparation, more injuries. No Luiz, no Kamara, no Buendia, no Ramsey, right? And a couple other Mings obviously has been out the whole time. 2 less days preparation. Arsenal fully strengthed outside Timber, full strength. Plus, they play the high line for life usually, right? So they even looking after you that way. In the first half, chances galore. Kingdom fucking Kai Havertz, 2 chances, 1v1, yeah, not taken because GA is not enough. It's not enough.
You're shameless.
We're watching the games. We're watching the games. We got another criminal here, ladies and gentlemen, because it's table-based analysis. That's what it is. Table-based analysis. It's results-based analysis, not individual analysis. Is this good? Is this the guy that's going to get you over the line? Yeah, because I see a lot of you giving up on AFTV. A lot of fan cams. Oh, it's over. We ain't got a chance. But I thought you had fucking Kai Havertz. Why is it not a chance? Crazy. So we get into that. Then we go into the fact that, listen, you guys in the second half, you had less shots than Villa. In the whole half, you got blammed. You got absolutely dominated in a game that you have to win. Villa are meant to be getting tired. They're the ones that played on Thursday. They played on Thursday, you played on Tuesday. They should be gassing out. They should be starting to get tired. They've got less players available to them. Your bench is your bench is benching. You got, Smith Rowe, you got all these guys that you've kept and give new contracts to. All that faith and loyalty that's been shown. These are the opportunities for these guys to come in and, put the work in and step up. They couldn't do it. But to lose the game 2-0 against the manager that you guys slander every single opportunity you get, Emery, who's won so many trophies. Hey, it's not good. It's not good to lose to a former manager at home in a title-defining game. It's not good at all. You hate to see that shit happen. Poor brother Emery didn't do nothing to no one, but every time humble Aston Villa have a little slip, Arsenal fans are straight onto him.
Oh yeah.
But Jorginho and Kai Havertz are made in Arsenal. They're from Chelsea and they're made in Arsenal. We've picked up 0 silverware so far, but you just wanted to just get so excited. But now you're giving up. The guys that actually won shit at Chelsea, the trophies that you're parading around on Twitter with our guys winning for us, now you're parading them to us with no trophies. And now you're giving up. And it's the former manager that you slandered that got you out of... Hey, Lord heavens. The narrative is insane. The narrative and the story and the script is insane. What a week. You better fix that shit on Wednesday, because I'm telling you, if you go out on Wednesday as well, hey, you don't want this smoke. You don't want this smoke. You lot better get your shit back together, man, because you were top of the league. I called you favorites on the last Monday show, and since then you've not been favored. You've not been favored. Sacrificial Sunday. It's a crazy day. It's a crazy day. You guys, least goals conceded, most goals scored, controlling, up and down, everything. You had it all. I don't know what happened this week, man. It's crazy. So many options. It's mad. I'm shocked. I'm disappointed, man. If anything. Disappointed. I hope you guys get it back together, man. Go again, man.
Balled out of control.
Are they still the favourites? Are they still the favourites?
Odegaard balled out of control. Odegaard played his ass off.
Played his ass off.
I know. Odegaard didn't deserve to lose, man. Yeah.
For a 2-0 loss. And what made it worse is Arteta, who we've praised, and rightly so this season, made the craziest decision to take him off. Yeah. And Matisse made one point about Jorginho and Kai Havertz, they were made in Chelsea. You know what else Jorginho made? Jorginho made Aston Villa's second goal. Came on with a Hall of Shame cameo, gives away the ball, bang, Ollie Watkins, 2-0, Bob's your uncle, game over. Now, like we said with Liverpool, Arsenal are still in the race. I don't really get the hypercritical analysis, and I get every fan base would be like that if they were in a situation like this. However, some of the stuff that I've seen from not all Arsenal fans, but some of your fans have been nothing short of disgraceful.
Embarrassing.
Nothing
to be
short of
honest with you.
disgraceful.
Embarrassing.
Right? Nothing short of disgraceful. Throwing the toys out of the pram, just like it was in December. Like the way your team has performed, as an Arsenal fan, there should be shame. There should be shame felt that the team can perform the way they performed in 2024, and one loss, and all of a sudden it's over. It's over against a team that we've heard from a majority. I wouldn't say maybe a majority, a sizable amount of Arsenal fans this calendar year to say that Arsenal are the best team in the league on data, on underlying, on the surface data, underlying data, goals conceded, goals scored, results,
Clean
points.
sheets.
We've heard everything. They've said everything. Some of these fans, not all, some, right? So now back it. Don't start acting different because your team has faltered. It is impossible that Arsenal are going to go and win every single game from now to the end of the season. Impossible. For them to have done that we spoke about this on an episode on the Big Six a couple of episodes ago. That would have meant that Arsenal would have had to have won like 17 out of like 18 Premier League games or 16 out. It's never going to happen, right? But what we will say is this, right? To lose against Aston Villa at home in that manner, that is potentially alarming. I'm not going to lie. That is potentially alarming. When you look at some of the moments in that game, the inability to put away Aston Villa in the first half, because you had more than enough to put them away. When you look at some of the performances, Zinchenko, poor. Gabriel, I don't know what's happening. Was a bit shaky against Bayern Munich. Was a bit shaky against, more than shaky against flipping Aston Villa. Ben White losing most of his duels to Zaniolo on that side. I don't know what's happening. I'm not going to say that you guys are doing what you did last season, because I think there needs to be more evidence to it, but the trend is not good, right? I think you might need to buck your ideas up fast, because you're still in this title race on merit. And I feel like slowly there are signs of shakiness creeping
in the fans as well.
That's not even me being an agenda merchant. That's just common observation.
Bro, it's in the team. It's in the manager's substitutions, and maybe even in his team selection, if we want to talk about that, and how he's moved Havertz back into midfield. He's made all those changes, and it's in the fans as well. This is why when I say, don't ever try and belittle the struggle of Chelsea fans this season, because if Arsenal fans were going through this, you'd be going crazy. How can you win all those games in a row and leave 5 minutes early? How? How can you win all those games in that manner, battering teams up and down the country, and then as soon as one result comes in, as soon as a favourites tag comes, 1 week, just 1 week of anarchy. That's all I'm asking for. And you guys just lose your heads.
The favourites tag came in with you.
I'm taking credit.
Yeah, but who the fuck are you, bruv, to say favourites, and then you're saying the favourites tag like it was in the headlines?
The favourites tag. Now I'm in time. You know what? Kind of listen to conversations in Turkish's channel. He's kicking me out. He's timing me out. He won't let me listen to the glorious conversations. It's crazy. Everyone's losing their heads.
Was that today?
Did he time you out? Did he time you out?
Bro, he's telling me not to talk. He said no one's allowed to talk in here. You're not allowed to talk. He said, Matisse, you're not allowed to talk. He said, oh, now he's on icy pollen. He's not managing the time of the big six. He's moving all mad. What's going on? Everyone's losing their heads in 1 week.
What does he mean managing the time of the big six? Wasn't you the one late? Wasn't you the fucking one late?
Point deduction, by the way, Matisse.
Oh yeah, it's a point deduction. Yeah.
How's that point deduction? It was 10 minutes on the dot. It was 10 minutes on the dot.
No,
you know what?
He's just retaliating out of anger.
Yeah. Can I just say, me and Matisse are covering the game, but I can't lie, man. It's a game of two halves, man. You know what's mad? It was a game of two halves, though. Let's not lie, man. Because the first half, Arsenal.
Don't think anyone said it wasn't.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like in general, like I think that save was so crucial, man. That Martinez save on Leandro Trossard.
He was a monster.
Yeah, man. He. You know what it is, yeah. There's certain keepers they just go back and they just want to be, listen, you ain't going past me, man. And that's what he did. He should have scored. Jesus, listen, you know what it is with me? The Havertz chances, they were good chances, but they weren't like you had to score. They were decent chances, but a better striker though does better in them situations. You feel me? But the second half, I was watching the game, and the game was just going away from Arsenal. I'm seeing Tielemans. You know Tielemans, this brother in a midfield 2 has never worked. But this guy was gliding. This guy was just picking out passes. And by that way, that second goal, the pass into Watkins, sensational. But I just felt the game was drifting away from Arsenal. And I was like, yo, Aston Villa going to win this. I tweeted it. I said, yo, Aston Villa going to nick this. And they didn't nick it. They doubled the lead and they won convincingly in the end. So I just look at it from a point of view of the substitutions, like I said, were awful. They didn't have zero impact. Zinchenko is a disgrace. Absolute disgrace. What is he trying to? What is it? Why is he backing off and then goes into a position that basically does nothing, and then leaves Bailey on that side, nowhere, and then boom, it's a goal. I thought the Havertz one I didn't get because he was playing up front well. He was linking up the play. I didn't get it personally for me. So I look at it from a point of view of, you know what? This is what Arteta does, man. He overcomplicates it at certain points in the season. And at this point in the season, last year, it was a situation where I felt like, you know, certain man could have played, certain man could have not played. I feel like with Arteta, in-game management mentality is something there, man. It's something missing. And I don't want to discredit him. It's been a good season for Arsenal. But at that point there, you have to manage the game well. And you need experience. And he just doesn't have that yet. You know, he can get it over time. But that's where you need it, man. And I just felt for me, it's a shame, man. It's a shame. Listen, I'm United, and I want you guys to do it.
It's not a shame.
Yeah, listen, speak for yourself. It's a shame. But ultimately, is it over? I think it's over psychologically. Mentally, like losing that game in the manner they did, it's over for me.
Well, they've already thrown the towel in, Saeed. They've already thrown the towel in, and this is I keep saying I don't get it.
It's one of them.
I think the Arsenal, and I don't want to generalize and say it's every single Arsenal fan, because you know when we say things like this, we don't mean every single fan. But there's a large portion, huh?
You lot have all done that so far on this show. Every single one of you, well, actually, TOBS has been pretty fair with it, and Saeed's just been wayward as usual. He wants to focus on Arteta and cause a madness there when there's no madness to cause.
No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying.
Hold on. Can I just analyze? Can I talk? Is it us? But Matisse and now Hugh, even before with Hugh mentioning the fans, you lot have problems with fans online, Arsenal fans online. They rattle you to the point where you come on this show and reply to them. Matisse,
you didn't listen to me. I said my issue with the fans in the stadium. The fans in the stadium, I called out. The ones that left.
Okay, Hugh. When we was 8th and the fans at Arsenal were dancing and singing and everything, was you not part of the people saying, "Look at these clowns, they're 8th"?
You weren't dancing. You were leaving. There was no one there when you were 8th. The place was happening.
When we was 8th under Arteta, we was the fans were dancing and singing, being called clowns.
When you was 8th under Unai Emery, and there was no one there.
Hold on. One time we walk out, and I don't agree with that, by the way. One time we walk out, it's mentioned on the show. It wasn't mentioned when Arsenal fans were backing the hell out of the club when we was 8th, which is the support that I guess we're talking about how every fan should be with their club, right?
Bro, no one was won every game this year. Hold
on. No one was coming on this show and saying, "Oh, pick up Arsenal fans." I think we just need to take a minute to say the support is mad. You're 8th, but I can't believe the support. But with the one time we're walking at Matisse, your monologue, it was based off of the fact Arsenal have thrown the towel in. I had to cut him with Hugh because again, it's based off I haven't thrown the towel in. I'm the Arsenal rep on this channel. So who are you, man, talking to? Are you talking to @761 user ID 453?
No, these are prevalent, known fans of the community.
You must be talking to some of these, man, because you're not talking to me. I haven't thrown no towel.
One of your OGs. Your fellow OG.
Toby, listen. Look at our very own Discord server.
I think a man you collab with, no?
Like, yeah, your fellow OG. Isn't that your
being on the chat?
What? Yeah, but Curtis, me and Curtis, we should go live later this week. Make sure you're subscribed. Put the notification.
Oh no, we'll be there.
Again, am I Curtis? Again,
you're not, and I've not said you are Curtis. I've not said it's over, but I don't think you can begrudge Matisse and Hugh for calling what they see, because it's so public. Because there's so many Arsenal fans, right? It's so public, so it's quite volatile. When Arsenal are great, it's literally the best thing since sliced bread, etc., etc. When Arsenal aren't great, there's the same small
the disparity, the extremes in the Arsenal fan base.
Really fragile is what it is.
Yeah.
It's hanging on a knife edge.
Don't you think you lot play into that when you reply? Don't you think they thrive off that? Because I don't know, the most of fans that you're saying that piss you off, I bet you nine times out of 10 they piss me off too. But don't you
Oh, they
think
don't piss me off. I love them.
when we're looking at the reason why this is,
Yeah, Toby loves
you
them.
man
Toby
are
loves
you
them.
man are as much a part of it as they are, because
Of
you man are the
course.
people they're
It's the
pulling
culture,
strings with.
Turkish.
But we're
It's the
here to.
culture.
We're not here to keep
I'm
you.
I'm
I'm
endorsed
not here
in
to
the
calm you
culture.
down. I want as much carnage as I can get. I'm not here to keep
Yeah, but
anything calm.
if we take the carnage tweets from Chelsea Twitter, fucking hell, bro. You think I can't come? You think I can't come here
Word?
every week and reel
You
off
can.
fucking Chelsea
can.
Twitter accounts and say,
Man
"Look,
were firing guns on
No,
Chelsea.
but you know what it
Twitter,
is?
bro.
Look, on this show, look, let me be real. Let me bring try to bring a little calmness to the community. Our community. Like, the chat can go wild and do what they want and say what they want. But between us, it's true. Because between us, we look at our clubs very, what's the word? Methodically, rationally,
I don't know
logically.
the word.
None of us are extremists apart from one brother. We know, innit?
Apart from Saeed.
Yeah, exactly. One brother we know, he's like, that's his personal character. The rest of us, so it's difficult. And I agree, I'm ready to cook Arsenal fans, certain Arsenal fans that have been in my mentions. Like, as soon as Liverpool lost, I was terrorized by certain Arsenal fans, right? But I can't come here and talk to Turkish. Do you get it? I can't unleash my frustration, my...
Yes.
Do you get it?
Yes,
Like,
you have
I've
to
been
vent.
cooking-
You need to be able to vent,
I can't
but it's
vent
not
with
aimed at Turkish. It's not aimed at Turkish.
But I need to vent at the extreme nature of some of the fans in the Arsenal fan base, and I know we all got them. All our fan bases have them. But it seems like Arsenal have got the biggest disparity between the not one fuck all, but we're the best team ever, to the look at the job Arteta's done, but fuck him. He's the worst manager game out of the club. Do you get it? There's very few in the middle. And Turkish, and I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, because I'm on the screen with him and whatnot. But Turkish is in the middle. So it's very difficult. So when we're cooking, you know, when people want us to cook each other, sometimes it can be difficult because we never said that shit. Why talk to me? So it's aimed at majority of the chat and the people that are so got extreme opinions and values. And I agree. But Arsenal did bottle it. Arsenal did have a very good chance this season. And they have. I think that's a monumental blow. Just like I've talked about Liverpool, and it's a monumental blow for us. They shouldn't have been losing 2-0 home to Aston Villa, who did have few injuries, who did have less time to prepare. And the fact that it hurts a lot of the Arsenal fan base, it was because it was Mr. Good Evening himself. Because he came down and done a serious job. So I think you got to praise, in this case, Villa more. You can cuss Liverpool. We were
Unai Emery deserves his credit.
We missed out. Yeah, but I think in this one, and people might not like it because people might want to say, no, you need to cook Arsenal. And I do want to cook certain Arsenal fans that think they're way better than they are. Like, win something. I keep saying it. Win something before you talk like the big dogs.
That's what I've been saying all week, Grizz.
Yeah,
Bark
win
like a big dog.
something.
Bark
Win
like a big dog. Win like a big dog.
Yeah, win something before you talk. But I think in this situation, I personally would praise Villa more than gun Arsenal. But I get the banter. I get the banter.
No, I disagree with that. I think Villa deserve praise, but I think we was dead. That's kind of my point.
Yeah, second half.
That's kind of my point. We probably talked for nearly 18, 20 minutes on Arsenal, but not the game yet. And I agree, we was dead. We did bottle it. I agree with that.
I agree. They definitely bottled that. 100%.
Second half, they did. They were finished second half.
Yeah, but first half.
So even first half, they had the chances. They didn't put them away.
Yeah, I get that. But they weren't.
That wasn't a Martinez save first. That was a Trossard miss first.
That's a miss. 100%. 100%. He's got the whole goal to aim at, and he hits it straight at Martinez. Sorry, they bottled it. Like, really.
Overall, they bottled it.
Yeah, Arsenal should have been out of sight in the first half. Out of sight.
Outside, easy. But that's why, you know, even though the changes we've made in hindsight, we're looking back on it and saying, oh, should Havertz have been in midfield? Should Zinchenko have started the game? We should have been 3 up at half time. And one of those reasons should have been Havertz's runs into the box. Because, listen, his misses are one thing, but he actually, in my opinion, done well from midfield in that first half. Was probably the best midfielder we had in... No, Odegaard aside. Sorry. Odegaard was gone. But one of the better players we had in terms of he was having an impact from midfield. He was breaking the lines with his runs. It's just a one-on-one. He missed it. Jesus, header, missed it. Trossard, 6-yard box, missed it. And then the second half was the worst 45 minutes Arsenal have played, like since the end of last season. I have to say, probably since maybe Fulham when we lost to them, but since it was there was nothing. And listen, no quality and is one thing, but there was no fight and hunger and desire and passion and I just don't understand why that is.
What do you?
I think do you think it's fatigue? Because I'm not gonna lie, if it's fatigue, that's a big problem. That's a big problem, especially up against Bayern Munich on Wednesday. Because, like SAEED said, and you could see it in the second half. Not only could you see that Aston Villa were growing in confidence keeping the ball, but in the first, what's been so good about Arsenal this season is they don't let teams breathe. Like it's a dogfight to get out your half. But in the second half, you could see for most of the game, Aston Villa were getting so many more touches in Arsenal's half, right? Players that were only getting maybe one touch of the ball in the first half to try and play out, they're now getting 2, 3, 4 touches. Arsenal are giving guys time to actually pick their passes and stuff. And that's when alarm bells in my head started ringing. And I was like, hey, well, not alarm bells in my head. That's when my eyes started lighting up.
To smile.
I was like, yo,
You know, Toby, can I just say,
Emery's got something for them here, right? And I feel like if that's the case, Arteta needs to sort something out now.
Do you know what it is, guys? Do you know what it is, guys? And I think I can speak from experience because we've been goosed in the past as well, right? But playing this Champions League and then top level games, intensity, and then we know Arsenal almost play the same team every game, maybe barring 1 or 2 changes. We know he keeps playing the same team. And the way he plays, like Toby says, I agree. They smother teams. It's all about energy and gegenpressing, like proper pressing from everyone. It does take its toll. And now we know why the likes of Pep makes so much changes all through the season. And he times it perfectly. You know, when it comes to March and April, you won't see many changes. Only enforced ones. And you know, I think I agree with you. I think there's a bit of fatigue in there in that Arsenal lineup.
But there's also
took off Odegaard, even though Odegaard was playing. I thought, well,
I think Odegaard
was cold.
This is why. This is why the best thing he can do in the summer is get ruthless. No more Mr. Nice Guy. You have been nice enough to Nketiah, nice enough to even Vieira, injury issues. Don't give a shit. Smith Rowe, anyone that is not ready to contribute off the bench, out. Yeah, and you flip them and then you improve upon them and you absolutely stat pad that midfield and that attack with quality. Because you can't now be going into this season for how many seasons running saying, oh, I don't have an option for Saka. Saka, people are joking around, he's limping. I'm not even going to play that game. Saka has
he got fouled to be fair though.
Yeah, he is fouled a lot and he is playing so many games. And I've said it before with Foden, and that's working towards his advantage. He has not had to accumulate the same amount of games and the same amount of minutes because he's looked after. And most young players are looked after. They should be. But this guy is not on that flank. They need to bring in players that can compete. Proper players that can compete.
Though. I hear you with the ruthless.
The manager needs to use more the players that he has at his disposal.
No, they're probably not good enough.
That's the one downside, though. That's the one.
No, it's not good enough.
That's the one.
I get what Matisse is saying about being ruthless, but I don't think there's. I think they've improved their squad quite well, like the likes of Trossard.
Quality-wise, quality.
Our summer transfer window wasn't good enough.
I just think they need 2. I just think they need 2 or 3, and they'll go again.
That's a lot, man. That's a lot. 2 or 3 could be.
But
if you quality, if you're fine margins. But you know what it is, though? Listen, it's all about as well, man. Look at Zaniolo. Zaniolo's a scrub. And look at Emery. Like, the tactics he disposed for him and whatnot. Like, Broski, they came on, they did their job. And this is why I'm so critical of Arteta. I'm like, I felt like for me, Emery did his job in terms of motivating the players. And I get it. Don't get me wrong. Europa League Conference to Champions League, they're totally different, completely different levels. But Unai Emery, you could see he had that belief. To be like,
big up Emery.
But we're winning this game. Big up Emery. This is why I want to give credit to Emery. Because he persisted with it. You know what I mean? Tielemans, Bailey came on. They all had impacts in the team. And I felt like for me, the impacts that Arsenal had, what was the plan? What was Smith Rowe's plan? What was Eddie Nketiah's cameo was disgusting. You know, Jorginho, like he said, TOBS, disgusting cameo. I just felt like what Arteta did just had a negative impact on the game. And Unai
And you
Emery had a positive impact, and that's a difference in this level. You
and
know?
and
So-
one thing that is so, I think we knew it already, but like Declan Rice just dropping off even 20 or 30% in the level, you see the impact it has on Arsenal from a defensive standpoint. You see the impact it has. You saw it against Bayern Munich, right? Even though Arsenal, I don't think they played bad. I think Arsenal gave as good as they got in some moments, but Bayern, Goretzka and Lima did their thing in that game. You see the effects when this guy starts to go through lulls where he's not playing well. Because and I don't want Arsenal fans to listen to this and be like, oh my God, he's getting at Rice. No, Rice has been fantastic. But I'm literally talking in these last 2 games, that's the difference. Arsenal need this guy to be here. Because when he dips just here,
he has been here though. He has been here for too long. And the others have to rise up, man. The others have to rise up though.
That's what I'm saying. It's not just the others. It's not just the
Where's
others.
Party? What's Party? Where's Party?
That's
You know,
the
Rice
one.
has been
I think that's
performing. For me, Rice can get away with. No, hold on a minute. Rice, for me, when I look at his performance at that high level, yeah, it's a natural drop off. But when you have that natural drop off, others have to rise up. And I feel like for me,
that's the point I'm making.
have they rised up?
That's the point I'm making. Like there's a clear dependency on Deck. There's an obvious and clear dependency on Declan Rice from a defensive standpoint. When he drops off, they feel it as a side. But I also think Arteta now, I think Thomas Partey's fit. I don't know how far away he is from being fully match fit, but surely now
4 games.
But what I'm saying is surely now he needs to start getting minutes.
But this is my point.
You need to start getting minutes. You need to start bringing in some of these players who, not the Nketiahs, respectfully, not the guys who have proven that they're not good enough. These are guys who have actually played big parts in your seasons gone by. Emil Smith-Rowe was one of your best players in the season you finished 5th. Thomas Partey was one of your best players last season. These are guys who have got the technical quality to play in this Arsenal side, but they need rhythm.
This is my point. This is my point. I think Arteta, just like I spoke about, Pep was trying to time his squad to be fully fit and everyone ready to go in the last 10 games. I think Arteta thought he's cracked the Da Vinci Code as well, because now you've got a fully fit squad and he's expecting the likes of Partey, Tomiyasu, Smith-Rowe and Trossard to make an impact and to be able to be, because you can't criticize Rice for running out of energy when he's literally been a machine. Where you can criticize is the people that step in and not being able to stay on that level. And I don't think Partey has been on that level. Smith-Rowe got bigged up for his cameo the other week. A bit too premature again from Arsenal fans. Like, calm down.
Which level though? Because Arsenal are playing Jorginho, and with all due respect, Thomas Partey is absolutely clear of Jorginho.
But this is my point. He needs to step up. Jorginho is a different type of central midfielder stroke DM to Partey and Rice. It's pretty different to Rice as well. But they need Partey to step in this final furlough. If Rice is showing signs of fatigue, will he stand up? I don't know. Let the Arsenal fans tell us.
He's never around, man. Thomas Partey's never around. I don't even why you bring him into the conversation. He's not someone you can rely on whatsoever.
He's fit right now.
He's fit right now. He's been injured for the first 6-7 months.
Smith-Rowe, Tomiyasu, because Zinchenko, I agree. I think Saeed said it earlier on. Zinchenko is stinking out the gap. Like if I was an Arsenal fan,
both the city players that they got off us.
Gabriel Jesus.
We were told last summer, oh, we've robbed you of these players, and you know we've got this, that, the other, and now they're saying they want them both out. Now they're saying they want them both out. I said on the Big Six show, as soon as Gabriel Jesus signed for Arsenal, you're not getting who you think you're getting. You think you're getting a gunman. We've just got a gunman, and we've let him go. And now he's got 14 goals in Premier League goals in 2 seasons.
He upgraded raised the level initially, but we need to move on.
You know what I mean, man? It's not good enough. It's not good.
Remember the start of the season, we were having a conversation about Ivan
Toney. Don't forget, when we bought Jesus and Zinchenko, no one here thought it's going to be a title challenge for Arsenal. We're talking about in hindsight, and hindsight's 2020. Now we can talk about it like I said, it was different. We was a top 4 contending team that just missed out to Tottenham. That year we bought Jesus and Zinchenko. Now we're a team that have challenge for titles back to back.
That's a positive thing.
Of course, you
now
need to
up the
upgrade.
level.
Yeah,
It's not a negative thing though. It's
100%.
it's just an upgrade. It's nothing big. Like Jesus, it worked. It didn't work out.
Yeah,
Cool.
I think you can
moved
keep
up a
them in your
level.
squad. Yeah.
He won't
There's
want to be a
bodies.
squad player, but yeah.
Yeah, I
go
don't
ahead.
think those two should. I see a lot of people criticizing those two. You have to remember what they did for you last year, man. Those two played a massive part in why you guys overachieved last year. Now, obviously, like Turkish said, you got to level up again, but you shouldn't
Level
just be disrespecting them two now. I know it's the defensive lapses are jarring and whatnot from Zinchenko, but Zinchenko played brilliantly last season. In that winning run up until February, that guy was changing the game, inverting, playing the passes, press resistant, balling out.
He can't defend.
Can't defend 100%. He's never been able to defend. That's why I thought maybe he could move into midfield.
Yeah.
Whenever I see a fullback that can't
He
defend,
can't move into midfield. Why do you always do this?
Because
if he was good,
you-
if he was good enough to play, bro, if he was good enough to play in midfield in the Prem, do you not think he'd be playing in midfield?
brother,
He's played for big man team.
Real.
He's
Play left back.
no, Matisse.
Okay, so where should he play? Where should he play?
Real talk. Yeah, if
Where
he
should he
was
play?
good enough to play in midfield consistently, do you not think that Pep or Arteta would have put him there? Arteta saw this guy at
They've
Man
had better
City,
midfielders. They've had better midfielders.
but
He's not getting into Man City's midfield. is he?
Wait. Sorry. I'm seeing Kai Havertz play in midfield for Arsenal, and you're telling me they got better midfielders.
All right, that was a misstep.
I'm seeing Kai Havertz playing in midfield for Arsenal.
But
So what
do
I'm
you think he can play left back like consistently? Because he clearly can't, because he can't defend. So where's
no,
he
he
going to
can't
play?
play left back consistently.
Where's he going to
because
play? Then he has to play somewhere.
What I'm saying is,
I think we sell him this summer. If I'm honest.
what I'm
This
saying
is
is,
why-
yeah, it's either they
this is
sell
why
him or they
Pep got
use
rid
him
of
as a
him.
squad player.
For
Sell him or
me,
use him as a squad player.
in that first
No,
half,
we've got
I saw
enough
him.
left backs now, man. We got to remember Timber came in, I think, for that position. So really, Arteta probably did want to upgrade him already. Probably saw the end of last season and said, "Nah, we need to do this." Then we've seen Kivior there in front of him this season. We saw Tomiyasu. The most frustrating thing is he's just relied on Zinchenko again out of nowhere, and he's been let down. Do you get it? Like, he's a liability.
He was the one that played the
I
pass.
think
for
two
Liverpool.
things can be right at once, though, Matisse. I think two things can be right at once. I think from one standpoint, you can appreciate that he was a massive contributor to helping Arsenal overachieve last season. But at the exact same time, you can also look at him and say, well, he's not good enough for the next step. For the next step. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, like, in that first half, he was the one that played that pass to Kai in behind. So he can contribute something to the team. He's a very good
no
passer.
one's ever denied that Zinchenko creatively and as a technical footballer is very, very good. But when it comes down to winning a league title, is he defensively solid enough? Absolutely not.
But that's why I would have him at fullback.
And you have to weigh up. You have to weigh up the cost versus the benefit, right? Is the benefit of having Zinchenko more than the cost, right? Right now, it is not. Because let's be real, he is a good technician, but this isn't Cancelo. This isn't someone who's gonna win Arsenal games by himself. This isn't someone who's gonna slice open teams, play left back, play right back.
He's a net negative, man. He's a net negative. He's a net negative.
He's a good technical player, but he's not levels like that. And
exactly,
I was actually being quite kind. I think I was saying to Turkish, maybe you just keep him in your squad because he does have his uses. Like if you want extra bit of control, someone to invert, yeah, cool, play him in games where you're going to have high amount of touches. But even this season, when in the games where he is playing with a high amount of touches and he will play his good pass here or there, he's making too many mistakes on the ball, which is what you're meant to be good at. Like you're already bad, you're already a bad defender, but now you're overcomplicating things on the ball where you're meant to be super secure. Yeah, man. It's alarm bells. It's alarm bells. It's alarm bells. You can't play someone like that when the stakes are so high for Arsenal right now. As good as he is, you can't play him. You can't play him. And I'm not even saying this to say that he cost them, because I think when you look at the goals that Arsenal conceded against Aston Villa, technically he wasn't at fault for both of them, because the first one came from the right hand side, the second one poor from.
He was out of position though.
But he's just not playing well enough, and it's an area that teams are exploiting.
Yeah, every time
he was out of position, man. He should have been in his position, but like I said, even other players, Martinelli, bro, we're gonna have conversation about him as well. Like I know he's come back from injury, but bro,
yeah, that was awful, bro. That cameo was awful.
Martinelli,
awful. I like Martinelli, but his form the last couple of weeks has been awful, man. awful.
No, all
What was the
season
injury that he had? Because I'm
all
trying to see
season
if it
he's
affects
been
his
Yeah,
game.
poor all
probably all
What's
season.
the injury he had? What was the injury that he had?
A cut, some cut to the foot or something. Impact injury
Okay.
more than a muscle injury or bone injury.
I was gonna say if it was a muscle, then I might understand it, but
But do
nah,
you in this
madness.
game, Turkish? Do you blame more? I know blame game in it. Like when you lose, you always look to blame. Was it? Do you think it was the forwards or the defense that let you down? Like or the create or midfield? Like Toby says, they lacked energy. Like because defensively, you guys have been rock solid, but yet Toby has picked out a couple of individuals that I thought were poor as well. Like Gabriel was a bit rash. It's like that. He's been so good, and a lot of Arsenal fans have said he's been the best centre back.
He's been immense. He's been
Yeah.
class.
But last couple of games, he has been back to his like where he's a bit overly emotional, if you know what I mean, overly aggressive and getting caught. I don't know.
What's the question?
Like who do you think was more to blame? The forwards not scoring or the defense's lapses?
No, we should have been 3 up in the first half.
So it's the forward, the finishing.
It's on the forwards from there. Yeah, but second half it's on everyone, and that's Arteta included, because I just don't understand that second half. You know, you can go out swinging. Like, you know, the way we went out was sad in that game. Didn't lay a glove on them. You know, that doesn't make sense to me. It's especially considering Liverpool just lost as a chance to go clear at the top. 10-15 minutes to go, I'm expecting the kitchen sink to be flung at them, and you know there was none of that. You know, that's the biggest gripe about it. It's hard to delve into it or dissect it until we know more, because Munich, I think, is a big one.
Yeah.
You know, how do we react? You know what? But I'll give Arteta credit, because in the post-match interview with after the game, he said, you know, if we crumble from here, we was never strong enough to win it. So Arteta knows, you know. Arteta
Who you
says
got on the weekend?
he's saying the right things. On the weekend, we got
Wolves.
Wolves
Wolves
away.
away.
Yeah, Wolves away.
Tough,
Bayern
man.
and
Tough.
Wolves away.
Then they got Tottenham. Is it Tottenham after that, isn't it? Tottenham.
next
Nah,
week.
nah,
Yeah.
not
It
Tottenham
is.
after that.
It's
Yeah.
Tottenham after Wolves.
Tottenham.
It is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Tottenham. and
Bayern,
then
Wolves,
Chelsea.
and Spurs.
And then
3 away
Chelsea.
games.
Well, didn't we? It wasn't Tottenham the 4th to last game?
Mm.
Or am I going mad?
No, sorry, it might be Chelsea. Sorry, Chelsea then Tottenham. My bad. It might be Chelsea.
Yeah,
then
yeah,
Tottenham.
Chelsea then Tottenham. That's it.
Yeah.
Football focus,
There
man.
you
You
go.
should know your schedule, man. You should
I
know
thought-
your
No,
I
I'm
thought-
just saying,
You
I knew it was
your
one of them
schedule.
two. No, but I knew it was
Oh,
one
the
of
Chelsea
I knew it
game
was
was
one of
You're
midweek.
them.
covering all these games. You got to
Yeah,
know
my
your
bad.
schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all in all, I
That's
mean,
crazy,
like
man.
going back to the whole, like, you know, throwing the towel in. I honestly think if we were to win the rest of our games, which is what we have to do now, I think we win the league, because I think City drop points in at least one game. If it's a draw, it comes down
Right,
to goal
yeah.
difference. If it's a
City
loss,
don't
Yeah.
drop points, brothers. City
yeah,
don't
I
drop
mean,
points.
Grizz, you know, I spoke to James earlier on Title Talk. You now, it might be naive of me to think and hope that there is a chance of that, but I've seen Liverpool hope that, and you know, it never comes a couple of times before. So, you know, I'm just
I hope so.
hoping for the,
For our sake,
you
more than
know,
obviously
hoping for
them.
something, hoping for something.
I
Spurs is
believe
the
it, yeah.
only one that gives me a little bit, but the way Spurs, the high line, and they've got over that hoodoo of not winning at the Spurs ground. Yeah, City are relentless in this situation, guys, and that's no gassing them up. Don't need to
No,
get
we have our own tough games, man, thrown in there. I mean, amongst all the Champions League and FA Cup. Don't no. Listen, we have to go to Brighton on a Thursday night. We've got to go to Nottingham Forest, who drew with us in their place last season. And at this stage,
look at these teams he's mentioning.
at this stage of the season, anybody could take points off anybody. So nothing
I
is
think
a
City are going to drop
formality.
points as well.
What?
I think you're going to drop points as well. It's just
I don't-
just
Maximum
Liverpool,
two.
Arsenal.
Maximum two. Bookmark this, clip this, do what you got to do.
Bro, this is the
City
Premier League,
won't
guys,
drop
man.
more than 2 points for the
We'll see,
remainder
man.
of this.
We'll see.
game.
It's
Who
swings around.
Seven
thought
game.
Liverpool were going to lose to? Who thought Liverpool were going to lose to Crystal Palace here?
But I thought we
Your
were going to drop
predicted-
points though.
What?
Not
No,
against
you
Palace.
never.
Not against
Oh,
Palace. I
Crystal
said.
Palace. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
No, he
okay.
did.
I
He
knew we were
did.
gonna drop points.
That 10 away games. No, the 10 away games.
3 away games in 6 days. I knew we were going to
Yeah.
drop points.
That's
Yeah.
my problem
But
with
this
it.
was the fuck up.
Yeah, that's my problem with it, because I said all 3 teams will drop points. I still think that, because I didn't think Villa was the game. That's why I said we fucked it.
Yeah.
Because
if
I do. I
same-
don't think we're gonna win the rest of them. But can we? Yes. But will we? Don't think so. Champions League, even for some reason, I've still got some hope that we can do it.
Nah, it's
Don't
gonna
get
be a
that free.
banger.
Don't
The
get that free.
Champions
No
League
Coleman.
game is gonna be a banger. It's gonna
You
be
should. I don't
You know-
think
you know,
this
by the
loss
way-
should make you think that you can't beat Bayern. Bayern are beatable.
No,
That's
no,
100.
they're definitely
Yeah,
beatable.
yeah,
But
yeah.
our performances last couple of games, plus the Champions League performances in general in the knockouts this season with Porto home and away, we just haven't been ourselves. So if the occasion and the pressure is part reason for
They
this,
must
and
rise.
there's no bigger game
must
coming
rise.
up than
Boy.
Wednesday
It
night.
must rise.
Harry
So-
They must
Kane,
rise.
King Kane,
Harry Kane. Are you going? Are you
King
still going to
Kane.
the watch along? Are you still going to watch along, Toby? Are you still there?
Hey, well,
Right.
if I'm invited, am I invited, Turkish?
He said
You're
yeah before.
invited though, bro.
Bro.
I mean, you said you want to come. I said yeah. I'm not gonna
All
invite.
right, cool,
you,
cool.
You
So
wanna
we're,
roll,
so
roll.
I'm meant to link up with you tomorrow anyway. So yeah, let's run it.
Yeah.
I know
Are you
Wednesday.
going to do an AFTV watch along,
I'm
Toby?
Wednesday, I'm
seriously, I was
I'm dead.
seriously feared
Nah,
for
they-
your safety though. Like
You don't.
if Bayern win, I can see you getting.
They might
beat up.
rush him, but they're gonna rush him.
Yeah,
He's
Why,
gonna
why
beat
do you
me.
want to sit on an AFTV watch along, Toby?
He's
Why?
gonna beat me up.
No, he wants to hope that that's the end for us, and
Yeah.
yeah, he's
No,
dead.
but-
man.
Because
But,
if
bro,
he
you literally
celebrates
said-
in
you
your
literally said
faces,
we were gonna
I will
you
not
s-
be able to control it. I will lash.
The thing is, the reason why I pitched it is because he said, "Oh, let's link up this week because we need to do some content or something." I said, "Cool, let me actually time this and kill two birds with one stone."
Nah, you're
Right?
mad.
Let me kill two birds with one stone. If they go out, I'm gonna laugh. If they don't go out, as far as I'm concerned, I've come there
Me-
to do some work for the big six, and I go home. Yeah.
Me and you have very different approaches when it comes to taking down our enemy. You see me, I don't leave my yards for this stuff. I stay in the comfort of my home. I might have blankets for this. I might have popcorn, maybe some drinks. And if the inevitable happens and Thomas Tuchel does the job,
Oh
I
Lord,
wrap up in my bed after my
we will be
review,
there.
and I lie down and I cuddle up and I just enjoy the night. I just open the windows, smell fresh air, and just relax. I don't have to get on the train home. I don't have to sweat. I don't have to flare my nostrils. I just live life. I make sure that I take in the aroma, the smell. Make sure
Are
I
you doing a
remember
watch
breathing.
along for this one? Are you doing
Of
a
course.
joint one? Are you doing a joint one?
Yeah, we always have the Discord open. You know, you guys hopped in on the Sunday. You saw what was going on.
Yeah,
Hugh was
yeah,
drunk.
yeah.
He was
By the way,
there.
did you know about that
shouting.
Turkish? By the way,
Yeah, I
they all
mean,
came in the Discord watch along. They all
Yeah,
came in the
man.
Discord. By the way, they all dropped in. They all
What,
dropped
on
in,
Matisse's
man. It was
watch
Big
along?
Six.
Yeah, man. Hot milk.
Yeah, on the Arsenal game.
Chocolate,
Everyone came in,
whatever.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Brother
madness.
Turkish was the only one on there.
bro.
Yeah, you only one missing. Yeah.
But you know, London's red, and you know, I look forward to the next back your chat if things don't go very well because a lot of people must be there.
It's mad. It's
This
mad.
guy, man. It's fucked. It's actually fucked.
It's Saturday.
You got 18 months, Turkish. That's what I'm saying. You got 18 months.
Don't worry, I know what I said, G. I know what I said. Don't worry.
You're on a timer.
We will be there. We will be there. Someone actually put a timer in as a super chat, but let me get the super chats in on Arsenal and keep it moving on to the next subject. Right to the top before the show even started, Zia Talk says, Ahmad here. Turkish, you told me to worry about Leverkusen, yet you, man, got haunted by your demons against hunted villas. And now you're bottling your own league. See you on Wednesday. Hashtag babies in this game. I don't think we care about our clubs to the same levels here, or Ahmad, sorry, because I don't understand how you can send a super chat in before the show starts with capitals locked in when Leverkusen just lifted the title on the weekend. You can't care for Munich like I care for Arsenal. You can't. You just can't. Doesn't make sense. Next one. Good evening, says Eugenia. Eugenia. Right, there's not many Arsenal. Actually, there is Arsenal.
Ah, there must be. Come on, you got to.
No, come on, Arsenal.
No, there is.
At least there's there, man. At least it's there.
Don't be doing these ones
Arsenal
now.
fans, don't fuck with me.
Matisse, when you got admin duties, man, deal with the
Well,
matter, man. Deal with the matter.
There was 90 odd last time when Steve was here.
Rishab says, Turkish, I'm so embarrassed. We haven't won shit in 20 years, and with zero European heritage, how can we call ourselves the owners of London? It's a shame.
Salute to you, sir. Love you.
Throwing lifelines out there. FN says only City, Arsenal, and Liverpool have one more. This is we'll have one more points than Chelsea since Christmas, and we are still 9th. A little one on Chelsea there. Why not? Joel says it's happened again. It's happened again. Serious conversations need to be had on Arsenal being the biggest bottlers in the league. Holders to folders, FC. This bottling biggest bottlers though is too forced, man. Right, there actually isn't that many, you know.
What do you
The
mean?
good and the quiet tonight, man. There's usually loads of.
I mean,
loads of
that speaks volumes in itself, doesn't it?
Wait,
that alone is a big statement.
Nah, there is more. There is more. I'm scrolling, but I'm expecting to see it, you know, there popping up. But it's
He's like, "Where are you guys? Where are you all?"
Yeah,
Hey guys,
Blue Moon.
where are you?
Blue Moon says, let's be honest now, guys. When it comes to you must players, only City have that. No one else is close. Where was Salah and Saka? For once, I actually semi-agree with you here, Blue Moon. I mean, I think Liverpool have you must players because we've seen them must before. So I'd say that Liverpool have a couple, more than a couple, but Arsenal haven't yet. So that's fair. That's fair.
No, I'm going through this. There's actually still quite
Some why, Toby, some why. What? I'm so
I
why.
don't know
I'm
what
going
you're
through
on
them.
about. There's bare Arsenal ones.
So
I
I'm going through them
haven't-
as well.
I probably haven't reached that part of the.
Okay.
Just our technology put Turkish head on Fresh Prince. They open the door and there's just nobody in the room looking for chat.
Toby, I'm seeing bears as well.
Shepherd says eulogy 63 titled Big Dogs Day Out. You crumble like feta. Norbit and Arteta. Uncle the pain. When will it stop? Fairy tales are true. Do it for Klopp. Was that meant? Yeah.
Bars,
Yeah.
bars.
That's for super chat.
And clapped. Blaze says Lego Head is a mad genius. He purposely set up Havertz at 8 to perform shit and then took him back to his Chelsea level at striker, but he apparently unlocked him. I don't know, that wording was a bit fucked. But yeah, he shouldn't have played. I don't think he should have forced it. I think Jorginho or Partey should have played the game. Not so much Havertz needing to start up top. Next one. Sunday was a monumental day when 115 charges made Jefferson Lerma and Leon Bailey school the mighty Liverpool and Arsenal. Where are the 115 comments now? And he also adds, why is this one not? Oh, there we are. Don't think much time will be spent on City, but you better make time to talk about Gvardiol. What's going on here? And big players rise when it's crunch time, and boy, did he rise. Mentality of this team is infectious.
Damn.
Great goal from Guardiola.
It's Luton at home though, isn't it? So when Sterling does it, we don't talk too much. We have to move on. We've got time this week.
No, big up Guardiola, man. He's cooking. He's cooking.
Gvardiol's doing his thing now, man.
He's had a great week. He's had a great week.
I love this 115 movement, man. Once one person mentions it, everybody gets their speed dial open and starts typing 115 in the chat. Big up the chat, man.
There's an emoji. There's an emoji.
I know. I
We
know.
have to have, surely, do we have an emoji for it? We have to.
Yeah, we do.
Tell you, man,
Yeah.
if we get off these charges, I'm gonna get 115 tattooed. Honestly, I've fallen in love with that number now.
That's a bad boy idea. Bad boy.
Yeah,
idea.
yeah.
116 for making that tattoo.
Yash says Arsenal only lost
I like
because
that.
SAEED was on the whole Arsenal bandwagon. I'm telling you, the man is cursed.
Sorry? What are you doing? Bro, what are you doing? Let's help him here, man. Bro, don't include me in this, man. Man trying to blame me, you know. Bro, relax, man.
I said, what? Love United, hate the up. Says Liverpool bottled the league at 4. And Arsenal said, hold my prime. You will never bottle alone. We'll bottle with you. United killed Liverpool. You ruined
Do you
it
think
with
it's a
that, man.
passing of the torch? One bridesmaid to another.
They're talking a lot, man.
But we'll be here, Matisse.
I'm asking a question. Why are you all so offended?
We'll be here. We'll be here. Melissa says,
You know what?
You man are mad, you know. I swear, Dan. You man are mad.
You're actually
Matisse,
tapped. You're actually tapped.
your club has you doing one-to-one life story interviews and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, bro. You're here laughing
That
about.
was some great content. I can't lie. You got to check it out.
Is there anything else
Brilliant
left? Is there anything else left from that?
This is my life now. Like I've won the
Tobes,
Champions
you
League
don't
on
laugh over
YouTube.
there as well, because you're main cheerleader during this.
Bro,
You acting like
listen,
you
my
go
team-
into
my
seasons
team-
with no expectation, talking about clubs with expectation.
Oh,
You
now
man are
you,
some
now you want to clap back. Now you want to clap back.
non-binary club. You man don't know what you are. You don't know.
Now you want to
be
clap
this,
back at
you want to be that.
half past 12. Fair enough. Welcome to the party. Squad me, G.
Listen, my team won the Champions League while I was on YouTube. I'm good, man. I'm happy. I've reached the summit. Now
Why
I'm
does
here
it
to
matter that
just-
it was on YouTube though?
because it's just beautiful. Like it was just a wonderful moment. It was wonderful.
Okay. Anyway, Elisa says, imagine celebrating your neighbor's failure to the detriment of yourself. Relevance through association. We believe in the history. Fans leaving early was utterly disgraceful. A lot to learn. Turkish, rally the troops. We go again. We will be there. Nah, you know what? If I didn't say it, the fans leaving, that, you know, I didn't agree with that either. But Four Eyes, shut it. Your narrative is garbage and waffle. Arteta needs to learn from Pep on trusting the squad and keeping players fresh in the running. Games every 3 days for over a month. Needs rotation.
This is what I've been saying. This is what I said. Great super chat. Especially the Four Eyes bit.
How much
Connor
is?
says,
Nah,
huh?
I ain't buying it.
Connor says Arsenal must win the Premier League. The Arteta super project going 5 years. They spent 251 M's in 2022, spent 224 this year, strengthening a title challenging team that bottled it. Bottling the league again will be unforgivable.
Are those
Again,
numbers?
it's forced, but you gave $20 with it, so I have to say thank you. Uzo says super chat just to say F Arsenal. Love the tears. Look, Spurs fan again, non-binary FC, bro. You lot don't know
Yo,
what
read
you
the
are.
super chat and move on,
You
man.
lot
What
don't
the
know
hell?
what. No, I don't understand it. No expectations, no
Do your
ambition.
job.
but you
Read the
judge
super
people
chat
with
and move on.
expectation and ambition. I
If
just
don't-
don't
if-
understand that.
Bro,
If don't
Turkish,
work-
Turkish.
if don't-
You think you're this, you're really that. You
No,
think
we're
you're
gonna
that,
segue.
you're
We're
really
gonna
this.
segue.
We're
Turkish.
gonna talk.
segue,
We're gonna
Turkish.
talk. We're gonna talk.
If don't
now.
work
This shit
expectations,
get-
then-
They actually
Hold
do
fire,
get
Turkish.
cut
Hold
the shit
fire.
out of
Let's
it.
finish the
They do
super
this.
chat.
Wait. How do we get away with it?
No,
If don't
Toby,
work-
shut up. Let's finish the super chats. We
Cool.
talk.
It's a non-binary FC.
Madison,
That's
Stop
the
wasting
class.
time, man.
Hugh, do they know what they are? 1 minute they're in the big six talking about ambition. The next minute it's you know, we're little old Tottenham, you know, we don't win stuff. Which one is it? They don't know what they are. Non-binary. That's what.
When have you ever heard? When have you? And this is you now. You're just waffling.
You need to
Now
start identifying, Tob. You need to start identifying as something, mate.
Now you're just waffling. You're just saying anything.
Identity and let us know
You're
on the
just-
show what
bro,
you
you're
said.
just-
What our
you're just
Tottenham
throwing-
fans name.
Bro, you're just throwing mud. You're just throwing mud, and some of it is sticking, some of it isn't sticking. Some of it is
Talk to
That's
us.
what we do, innit? That's what we do.
We talking
That's
about this
what we
game
do.
or not? Newcastle, man. That's a blamming, bro. No revenge. You put out a
Blamming.
tweet saying,
Blamming.
"Yo, we need to get revenge."
Yeah,
for
we're
last
gonna
year.
go there. We're gonna go
Absolutely
there. We're gonna
We will go
go
there. We
don't
will.
have time.
In case you forgot, we blamed them at home. I just wanted us to blam them away. So yeah,
We go back to your tweet as well. Your tweet as well.
that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, what did he say?
That's
What
fine.
did he
We can
say?
go back to my tweet. We can go back to my tweet. That's
What's
no
he
problem.
been saying? What's he been saying?
Because I said I want
He said
revenge.
a lot.
Because I said I want us to. What did I say? I said I want us to remember the thrashing that we had last year and try and not get embarrassed again this year. And we got
Oh,
embarrassed.
you remembered.
So
They remember.
You remembered so much. We want some more. All those memories.
apparently the team with no expectation. If we have no expectation and we're not rated, why is everyone seeing this as such a horrific result then?
We're not on your section yet. Calm down.
Okay then.
Go on, carry on,
That's what I
Turkish.
thought. That's what I
We're not even on
thought.
your section yet.
That's what I thought. If we're so shit and so irrelevant, then why do you man care? Okay then. Okay.
Mighty Tottenham, man. Come on, man.
Okay.
Randy says, super chat just to say F Tottenham, come on you Gunners, don't let these flops talk down on us. We go until game week 38, big up the panel. Yusuf says, can someone tell me what Rice offers in possession? Cannot progress play to save his life. Odegaard has to drop deep and do his job for him. I don't agree with the progress play thing. He's not a great at it. It's not one of his main traits, but he definitely progresses the ball. But yeah, he's the one signing I think was a success last summer. I think it's the ones around that really could have been better spent elsewhere. CA knows better says if it's true that Jesus is feeling a pain every time he plays, then what are we actually doing? I now understand why both Trossard and Havertz playing up front seem like a better option than Jesus. Johnny says, have chest. Look at your team. Lose one game. Wow, embarrassing. You came with all that chest. 6 games still to go. Turkish, you rejected my offer of 115, but I stand on my word and I want to divide those memberships to all your channels. I already given 15 to Matisse and 20 to SAEED and Turkish. GRIZZ, I gift when you... Brother, the thing is, when you need to make an agreement before you decide to do something. So whatever you've done already is a gesture of goodwill. Like that's what we're going to call it. Yeah, because there was no agreement. So thank you for gifting memberships on all of these channels. I'll advise you to stop if you think there's an agreement, because there's no agreement. But love for the super
You're
chat.
saying
Big
there's
up
no
LFC
here we,
side,
there's no
though,
here
man.
we go.
There's no here we
Yeah.
go.
No, here we go.
But now, real
Ankara.
talk, man. This guy's a legend, man. He's a legend, man. LFC side.
He's trying to, he's trying to win,
He
win,
is
win man over.
negotiating very, very, very,
The
very
funny
tough.
thing is, the funny thing is, the brothers gifted 1,000 memberships to all of you lot, none to me.
I'm not going.
He's trying to save
literally
you, man. You
1,000
can't
memberships to
save
all of you
yourself.
lot.
You
But
can't
he keeps
save
trying to
yourself.
bail me out. He keeps saying, I love you, but let me give memberships to the other brothers.
He's trying to win us over for you.
Yeah, that's it.
Big up Turkish, loving all the vids. Recently, Arsenal need to beat Bayern or our season's over. Looking that way. To be honest, I bring this one up. Speak on Bukayo, worth a mention because no one did, and I need to mention that he needs to do better. He needs to step it up, and Bayern Munich is the game that I now expect. I need you to do your thing. Listen, I just need a bit more ownership that he is one of the lead figures in this team. You know what I mean? At these times, you need especially lead attackers to step up, and I've got faith in him that Munich he'll do it. But so far, City, Munich,
More needs to be
Villa,
asked about Gabriel Jesus, though, Turkish.
Gabriel
Jesus is the one that you need to really put. I'm not.
But these guys seem like they're playing with injuries or something, no? So my thing is, if they're playing with injuries, what can you ask from them? Like, what can they do?
Who's playing with injuries?
Everyone's playing with
Saka,
injuries, mate.
Jesus.
Everyone's playing with injuries. It's that stage of the season where De Bruyne did the whole second half of last season with painkilling injections, man. Everyone's playing with injuries. Get on with it.
That's not. Listen, this injury stuff for
There's
me.
There's different levels to injuries, isn't it? Some injuries are worse than others.
TMB says Mikel's once again tried to force Jesus and Zinni back at crunch time. Some fans can't take that again and don't support it. I guess he's talking about maybe fans leaving or the fans that are flipping out after that result. That's why, that for me is, we need to sort that out now in the summer. A lot of the fringe players now that Arteta showed faith in, we can see there's no faith left in them. So we need to sort it out. Shall I get a couple more in? Hour 57. Are you man sure? Because
let's move on to Tottenham, man.
Tottenham,
very important.
I think.
Go for it.
Wait, one sec. Actually, I can save that one till the end. Cool. We can move on. If I don't get super chats in, again, apologies, people. It already goes back into the brand anyway. But what is it? Tottenham 4-0.
Who wants to go first?
You, it's your team.
Yeah.
Oh, I can talk. All right, fine, because I was going to talk. All right, cool. Yeah, embarrassing day. embarrassing day. I think that's probably that result, in my opinion, is worse than the result that we had last season. Genuinely, I honestly believe that. I know last season we must have set a record.
I agree.
We must have set a record for I think the quickest team to be 5-0 down or something like that. But hand on heart, that result on Saturday was the worst. And before I even get into my whole spiel on where we went wrong, Newcastle were sensational. That was the Newcastle earlier on this season / most of last season. Like, they really did a number on us. Like, every single attack, they looked dangerous. And to be honest, we're actually quite fortunate that it was only 4. I think they could have scored 5, maybe even 6 as well. So I wanted to put that to the side. But the performance from us was absolutely disgraceful. As a team, disgraceful. Individual errors, shocking. There are still players that are playing out of form. There are some players that are now, their form still hasn't sort of like picked up. And then as well with Ange as well, listen, like I'm all for Ange sticking to his principles, but like I think sometimes when we're not able to penetrate teams, when we're not able to like do what we need to do or he wants us to do offensively, can you give us a little bit of help at the back, right? It's not going to kill the team to have one of those fullbacks maybe helping to protect the back line more often, right? I know Destiny made a mistake for the first goal. I know Van de Ven had the worst game he's had in the Spurs shirt, right? But Van de Ven has been one of the, not even just one of our best players this season. Van de Ven has been one of the best centre-backs in the league this season, right? An off day like that happens. But what I can't tolerate, right? What I can't tolerate is how easy it is for teams to play through us. We commit too many men forward, and because we don't have the quality up top to keep the ball, where we're committing so many players forward, teams are not and I said this against Forest, I said this against Luton. I've been saying this for a while. I love the way we play when it's going well, but one thing I can't stand is how easy it is for teams to score against us. Like a team does not have to do much. It doesn't matter how well we're playing. All you have to do is literally boot the ball. There doesn't even need to be any measure. There doesn't need to be any precision to it. Literally, if we turn over the ball in the opposition half, there's a 60% chance it's going to culminate in a big chance for the opposition. And that is not good enough, right? And I feel like with Ange, we need to give him time, because I think this season was all about the team playing the way he needs the team to play with the ball, like transitioning from a defensive style to an offensive style. But that doesn't mean that you can see yourself literally getting bludgeoned and you just stare and not do anything. Like that doesn't make sense.
Especially at Newcastle, man.
Exactly. We're not talking about a manager who's behaved like this whole season. I've seen Ange go to a back three. I've seen Ange bring on Højbjerg to try and stem the flow of games. I've seen Ange bring on Emerson Royale to play left back just to counteract the pressure that IU was giving Brent Davies. Like I've seen him make some tactical tweaks, and there's a difference between completely changing the way you play. Like a lot of people are begging for a plan B. What's your plan B? What's your plan B? I don't believe that this season is about giving us a plan B or plan C. I think that's something that can happen next season, right? But what I can't tolerate is when you're looking at your plan A and your plan A isn't working, what can you do to get teams to hurt us less? And that's what concerned me with the Newcastle game, and that's what's concerned me with a lot of performances we've seen from Spurs. Even when we played well, like it's too easy for teams to get us, and that's something that we need to work on. And I genuinely believe that whilst Destiny has been out of form, in my opinion, for the last, I would say 7 or 8 weeks, bar the odd game here or there, I would say the same for Pedro Porro. I don't think Romero's been out of form. I don't think Vicario's been out of form. I don't think Van de Ven's been out of form. But my problem is, because of the way we set up, we're facing way too much pressure. We're conceding all these goals, and it's making people believe that, oh no, these guys must not be that good.
They're exposed.
They are good, but they're constantly exposed. And there's only so many times you can defend those situations. If you defend it 8 out of 10 times and 2 out of 10 times you don't defend it, it's terminal. The 2 out of 10 times you don't defend it, it is terminal at St. James Park. And when you make those mistakes and you're playing the way you play at St. James Park, you're going to get bludgeoned. Like we actually, the second half was actually a joke. Like I couldn't believe it. We're 2-0 down, and I'm still seeing Anthony Gordon have the freedom of a half to run into. He destroyed us, by the way. Isak.
Bro, he was sensational, man.
Destroyed us, bro. Like,
he was sensational.
And when you talk levels, right? When I've made no secret about how much I don't like our profile of attackers. I don't like our attackers. They're not good enough.
You can't retain the ball, man.
They're not good enough, right? I think some players like Brennan Johnson, I don't think he's bad, and I don't think he had a particularly bad game, but he's not levels.
He's nothing special, bro.
Son is the only player who's, I would say, levels, and even him, he's been crap for the last 3 or 4 games. And then when you look at Newcastle, right, Harvey Barnes is better than any wide option we have at the moment. Anthony Gordon is better than any wide option we have at the moment. And as great as Son is through the middle, there's no way Son is as good as Isak as a striker through the middle, right? So this is a Newcastle side. This is a Newcastle side who have been through the mud this season, and they destroyed us with like 11 players missing, bro. They literally had half their team missing, and they destroyed us. It's
but you got
absolute embarrassment. Like, honestly, horrendous result.
You got to shout out Newcastle's recruitment, man. Newcastle's recruitment is in like Newcastle's recruitment since they got the takeover, considering obviously that they've had to spend within their means because their revenue is not quite as high as it needs to be to do a Man City or a Chelsea did. Newcastle, who they have brought in, it's literally just like hit for hit for hit. The only one they got wrong was the Tonali one, and I'm convinced they got scammed there. I can't lie, because it feels like that all just happened all too quickly.
I was doing the analysis. I was sorry to interrupt you. I was crunching the numbers. We were talking in our our New Spurs Auto chat today, bro. And I think Newcastle, right? We can say what they want to say about Tonali, but they gambled, right? Because they paid money for Isak that at the time not many teams wanted to pay.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know why people are laughing. I don't know what's going on there.
No. It's a mad.
Anthony Gordon.
He gambled, TOBS. He gambled, not they gambled. You know what I mean?
Fine. They gambled. He gambled. Fine, cool.
Not they.
And Anthony Gordon. I thought he was a decent player at Everton, but I didn't think
he's underrated, man. He's underrated. Anthony Gordon.
I didn't think he was worth 45 million at the time. But they spent 108 million on those 2 players, and those 2 players right now would start at Man United, would start at Spurs, would start at Chelsea, would start at one at least. In fact,
start at Liverpool.
Isak is starting at Liverpool, and Anthony Gordon on the left-hand side right now is starting at Liverpool.
Over Diaz,
Toby, see that Isak, if he's at Arsenal in this season of the league, they're clear. They're gone.
Anthony Gordon. So and then obviously you talk on Arsenal and Man City, and then you can get into the whole debates. But I don't want to get Isak starts at Arsenal. The point I'm making is they took a gamble on these players, and this paid dividends. We spent the same money on Richarlison and Brennan Johnson. Just let that sink in. The same money they spent on Isak and Gordon, we spent that on Richarlison.
That's mad.
And we pray Timo Werner is next. Beautiful scenes. That's a bargain right there. Lovely little deal to get done.
You're not getting anybody anyway.
I know, brother. I'll be paid in other ways. I was at the kind of pleasure of doing this game. By the way, I thought to myself, let me just cover this game, and it was, you know where Toby, the game fell apart for you lot was when Van der Ven got booked. When Van der Ven got booked, let me tell you something. His head was gone, broski. After that, he had a disaster class.
I don't think that's when his head went. I think his head went when Isak put him on his bum.
I know, but he wasn't meant to get the yellow card. And then when he got the yellow card, bro, after that, bro, he just head went. Yeah, it was when obviously, man got put to the floor, eating grass or whatever he was doing. I'm trying to say it was madness. But bro, Isak running the channels, Gordon absolutely destroying your fullbacks, Porro and whatnot. It was absolutely crazy. Basuma, bro, Basuma, he's not been playing well since, before he got that red card at Forest. So we're talking about December time. He's not been playing well. I know he's gone to AFCON. He's not been playing well since then. And I'm sorry, your football genius, I rate him, Maddison. Yeah. He made one pass to Timo Werner, which he should have done better, to be honest with you. But apart from that, he was horrendous, man. Absolutely horrendous. And this is meant to be one of your main guys. I'm sorry. I watched him. He did nothing. And he should have got, to be fair, I'll be honest with you, he's looking at the pitch because that was a red card.
Yeah.
That was a red card. So, listen, it was just a nightmare day at the office. I do believe, though, similar to De these kind of managers play one way. And when it goes badly, it can go badly. Happened at Fulham and it happened at here. And listen, credit to Ange, he's had a good season, but when it goes badly, he's got his hands in his pockets. He's stood there, he looks miserable as hell. And I don't know, man. I wouldn't be wanting to watch that though. Like, similar to Ten Hag in a little sense, like, he's just like that. And I'm like, bro, like, come on, mate. Eddie Howe's got injuries. Eddie Howe has barely got a back line. The midfield's a bit of a sticky one. Okay, the up front, they're all right. But midfield and defence, Dubravka's at the back. What's going on? This is Newcastle.
Newcastle are
I don't think you
weird,
can
man.
put it all on
Every
Ange, though.
time we're about
I'm not
to
saying
write
this,
Newcastle off.
I'm saying like, you know.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, go on, Grizz.
Every time we're about to write Newcastle off, or Eddie Howe is under pressure, and he's under pressure.
Speak about that. Yeah.
They keep doing a madness somewhere, something.
Yep.
And no one expected this drubbing, man. Come on. Like Spurs are doing well, fighting for fourth and all of that business. That was embarrassing, man. That was such an embarrassing performance. It was pure drubbing, and no one like we keep talking about Spurs and being Spursy, but we thought with Ange, he's bringing a relaxed environment. He's getting players to play for him. He's creating an ideology, and he's trying to get away from the mentality weaknesses. But there's still glimpses of it. Still, it's like it's in the DNA almost. Like, I hate to say it.
He's not going to do
it. And a lot of these players like Basuma, you're right, Saeed. I rate Basuma so much. I'm one of his biggest fans. He just hasn't performed consistently. Why is that? What's the reason for that? Players like Sarr and Basuma were being lauded as the best central midfield partnership a couple of months back. Like, Spurs fans, not Toby, but again, Spurs fans were hyping them up to the max. What's happened?
10 games in. That's why you got to be
What's
careful.
happened?
So,
like, Brennan Johnson, I've never rated anyway, and I agree with Toby.
I said this when I signed him.
He's actually been one of the few players who's actually been in.
Yeah, exactly. He hasn't been that bad.
But the standard,
you're not watching Brennan
I
Johnson.
get you. The standard is not high enough.
Because Kulusevski, Werner,
Kulusevski's the one.
There.
You need to speak on Kulusevski, not Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson has done his thing this season.
I'm going to speak on a lot of players, so I'll speak with Maddison first. I'll be real. I wasn't happy with Maddison's performance on Saturday, and I've not been happy with Maddison's performances over the last couple of weeks, with the exception of 1 or 2 games. Not because he's playing bad. I don't think these games, like, I don't come off saying, "Oh, you were like." I think probably only Wolves. I'd say Wolves, maybe Newcastle, and Fulham. I could say, okay, yeah, like I think you were poor, like really, really poor. But most of these other games, I don't think he's playing bad. But that's not good enough for me. And that's my issue. A player of that caliber, you cannot be meaty. I don't want to see no meaty performance. You have to rise. Like, we're talking about top 5 players in this team. And this is, I keep the same energy with my players as I would assess other players. Meaty isn't good enough for James Maddison. Like, he's a baller, like, and he needs to play like it. 1 or 2 incisive passes isn't enough. He needs to be making consistent incisive passes throughout the game. You need to be getting a feel of that game and bossing it for Spurs. And I don't think we've seen that aggression from James Maddison on the ball in the last couple of weeks since he's come back from injury. I think he had some good games to start with, but the last couple of weeks, especially, too meaty. Timo Werner, another one that some of our fans keep championing for, and I can't understand why. And this is why, Grizz, I'm so headstrong on this GNA thing, because I really think it distorts the value of what an attack is meant to bring sometimes, right? Timo Werner has 5 GNA in 11 or 12 games for Spurs. So you would say that's almost a 1 in 2 rate of a goal or assist. But we have eyes. We're watching this guy play, and he's terrible. He's absolutely terrible. He misses chances in front of goal. He's not a winger. He hasn't got the technical quality, and he doesn't retain the ball. He's not good enough.
He's actually so shit.
And then
like,
Kulusevski. Kulusevski. We talk on Basuma. Basuma and Kulusevski they're meant to be 2 of our best players, and they still are 2 of our best players. They have been 2 of our worst players this calendar year. Like, I've been saying this week in, week out. When are we going to see some good performances? It's not good enough, because Nobody can tell me here Basuma's a bad player. Even Kulusevski, as much as people want to joke, nobody's going to tell me that this guy's a bad player. I refuse to believe it. They're not bad players. But the performances that they're putting in is poor. It's not good enough. So that's why when we talk on Ange, yeah, we can talk on some of the defensive mishaps and stuff, but ultimately, he's enabled a way of playing that has brought Spurs relative success. And I'm not talking silverware before anyone wants to make joke. I'm talking in terms of winning games. There's a reason why Spurs are in the top 4 race. There's a reason why we scored so many goals. But the fact of the matter is, it's dependent on players playing to a specific standard. If players don't play to a specific standard in this system, forget about it. And I'm talking about the midfield, aggression off the ball, winning tackles, pressing the opposition. I'm talking about the attack, taking your chances, bringing others into play, retaining the ball. If it doesn't pay off, our defense is pissed because they're not going to get the protection it needs, and we're just going to be bombarded. I'm seeing people talk on Vicario. Oh, how can a goalkeeper who's conceded 50 goals be contender for? He's been the best goalkeeper in the league this season on form. The amount of fires that this guy's had to put out, he's been the best goalkeeper in the league on form. But again, because we've conceded 50 goals, oh yeah, he can't be that good. It's not good enough, man. It's not good enough. But I will say this: that was a disappointing day in the office. We have some big games coming up. If we play like we did against Newcastle in these games, we're going to lose all of them. But I don't think we're going to play as bad as we did against Newcastle. I think we're going to have something for one of these teams, right? I believe in this team, and I still think we're going to get top 4. So bring it on, man. I think Ange, he's done his thing in the big games this season. We saw that against Man City. Arsenal, airtight defense this season, yet we're one of the few teams that have gone to the Emirates and actually created meaningful, clear-cut opportunities. So let's see, man. Let's see, man. I'm up for it. I believe in the manager. I believe in the team. But some man need to, Eddie Abu, wake the fuck up. Literally, some man need to wake the fuck up. And Ange, I don't want to see that nonsense where we're 2-0. If we're 2-0 down or whatever, I want to see just a little bit more. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to see him just give a goal to the opposition. That's what I don't want to see. Don't revamp the whole thing, because I think that's what's brought us our way of playing. But I don't want to see us just open yash, right?
I love the way since your turn of form or some
he does not like devious that one.
Hugh has had nothing to say on Ange during this spell. He's not interested. He'll speak.
No, I am. I was going to say when Toby was finished, I think results in days like this were always going to happen with the nature of the way they play and the lack of proper recruitment done. But I think Ange has proved that he can hack it in the Premier League far more so than people probably expected. And the style of football they play it can be effective. But all eyes are now on recruitment. All eyes are absolutely on recruitment for Tottenham because
big summer.
It's a big summer. It's a big summer. Look, I've been impressed with Ange. I said he'd come to the Premier League. He'd do a good job. I was laughed at, and now he's doing his thing. It is what it is. But
he's got his Achilles heel, and I think that's what we're going to be looking at.
I mean, his Achilles heel isn't going to change. It's just about him. It's just about him improving what he has on right now. I mean, there was a kind of semi-famous story about Ange. When he was sitting on a plane going on an away trip when he was with his Japanese club, and he got sat down beside a player. And the player, whoever it was, said at the time that apparently the word defense just isn't even in Ange's vocabulary. He's just not asked about defense. He's all about gunning. So if Ange is to have any success with Tottenham Hotspur, he's just going to outscore teams. I don't expect a plan B. Don't expect a plan C. He's there to gun teams down. If you're going to gun teams down, you're going to have to get better players than what you have right now. Brennan Johnson,
which we need to do. Yep, I agree. But he's also, if he's really realistic about wanting to win majors of Spurs, that mentality is going to have to be done away, because there's no way on earth you can just shoot your way to a title. You have to prioritize defensive stability, and it's not something we're going to. I'm not looking at Ange funny for that. I'm probably looking at Ange funny for wanting Conor Gallagher and signing Timo Werner, but I'm not looking at Ange funny for the defense just yet, because there's only so many things you can fix straight away. But what I don't like is looking at the team getting poleaxed and you're literally doing nothing about it. You're literally just watching and just doing the same thing. That's going to need to change next season. It's going to have to change next season, and it
Will
will
change.
have to change if we really want to be serious about winning things. It's all good and well improving the front line to retain the ball. Yes, you're going to get marginal improvement in your defense when your attackers can retain the ball and you have maybe a DM who can be better defensively. But fundamentally, with the way we play, we're still going to commit bodies forward. And when we commit so many bodies forward, we might still be exposed at the back. So there needs to be some variation. There has to be. There absolutely has to be. Name me a team in the Premier League who has won a Premier League title and they're not even in the top 2 or top 3 best defenses in the league. It doesn't happen.
You guys don't need to worry about that, to be honest.
It don't happen.
I'll be real. You don't have to worry about that. I'll be real.
So I love him, but we're going to need to see some variation next season, honestly.
You man just going to sit here and just let him do this? Seriously?
Yeah.
Man.
1 o'clock in the morning and we're talking about Spurs title. What the fuck are we doing? Like,
Yeah, let's talk about Cole Palmer.
we got other games. We ain't even talked.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong. We can walk. You managed to let it happen. I think you man are overtired, to be honest. You're clearly not concentrating on what the man's saying. You're not hearing it.
But he looked like he was in flow and he was enjoying himself. So it's not.
You not told me to talk, so I talked. I said I was going to talk.
No, I think he was talking facts as well. I was actually enjoying listening to that.
Man.
I want to get so gassed when he starts talking
the
about
last
Spurs
part.
and Ange. Like Hughie, like I don't get this relationship. Like,
Leave Ange, man.
Like suddenly he just starts like, I was really enjoying it. All this, that.
No, because I think his analysis is actually spot on. I think Ange, if he wants to go to the next level beyond what I've said he would do, which I think he's already done what I said he would do, he needs to be able to adapt. Do I think he's going to adapt? No, I don't think he is. I think he's gun man down, and inshallah, that's it.
Yeah, but is that what Spurs want? And that's basically what you're describing.
Wait, carry on now.
Do you guys ever look at
He's describing him as a glorified Australian Harry Redknapp.
Yeah, but you've just asked, is that what Spurs want? I've told you, non-binary. They don't know what they want. That question.
Non-binary, yeah. See you on Wednesday.
Someone said no pronouns. FC.
See you on Wednesday.
You cannot. I will see you Wednesday. I will see you Wednesday. People. No more super chats because I won't be able to get them in. I've got 3 here on Tottenham that I'm going to get in. Frankie's asking if there's been a bigger decline in performance from than Basuma this season, saying the Highlines turned him into Jemba. Lucy says,
I don't think it's just the Highline. He's just playing bad.
Hey, that's crazy.
Never thought I'd hear that name again in my life.
But you know what? That's a disrespect to Jemba, man. That's a disrespect to Jemba.
Name me 5. Name me 10 good games you saw from Jemba.
He's not that bad.
Those good games, man.
Stop it. Basuma's a good player. He's just playing bad. But we do need someone else in that position. Been saying this all season.
Simba and Rice.
Højbjerg's had a bit of a renaissance, man.
Højbjerg is Højbjerg. He's been doing that off the canch for the whole season.
Chris, Cater or Basuma? Cater or Basuma, Chris? What do you reckon?
Basuma all day, brother.
Hey, can't even play games, man. Allow it.
Lucy Goosey says, can't name many good games in 2024 for Spurs. Basuma still starts at least. Kulu is on the bench. Johnson and Werner is Ange's fault, which scares me. And a couple here from
none of that Gallagher shit in the summer. I don't want to see Werner. I don't want to see Gallagher. I don't want to see these passion merchant having energy, energizer bunny with no technical quality players. I don't want to see that.
He cooked in the pivot today.
If Ange, big man thing, if I see Timo Werner and Gallagher in a Spurs shirt on a permanent deal, right? I'm looking at Ange funny. Big man.
Are you Ange out?
I'm not Ange out, but that's where I'm looking at Ange funny, and the heel will start to turn, because you cannot be bringing these guys to the club and then claim that you want to win things here. Sorry.
You sound exactly like the Celtic fans did when they signed Daizen Maeda. Daizen Maeda for me is the worst footballer I've ever seen play for Celtic, but he's rapid. He's rapid, and Ange for some reason gets bricked up over players that are rapid. So Timo Werner, I expect to see him in White Hart Lane next season.
If he's there, I'm revolting.
If he's there, I'm not there. That's what he wants to say.
If he's there, Ange's there.
Big up Uzo. He's got 2 here. One saying we can't get used to results like this. Fulham, Brighton, Chelsea to a certain extent. I back Big Ange, but results like this kills me, the mystique and the belief. Ange don't rate top 4 because it's not a trophy, but we can't be naive. This is professional sport. If players never get used to challenging for something, how can they expect to challenge for trophies in the future? Arsenal learned to challenge from top 4 races.
I sort of hear that. I see both sides, but I hear where he's coming from.
Next up, I'm gonna call it the race for sixth, and couple you both together.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I do.
Right.
Listen, I'm doing one game at a time, and I don't even know if I don't even do one game at a time. I do one day at a time. So we ain't even got Premier League after this. We got City, and that's my main focus. And hopefully we can do some sort of madness there. But yeah, we finally cooked today. I mean, the defense, you know, it was still shaky moments on set pieces. They had about 6 giants, and we had about 2. So we could not compete in that regard. But Cole Palmer, man, we don't have enough time. We don't have enough time for me to wax lyrical about Cole Palmer, and it's disappointing, but it's a shame. But it is what it is. He is now joint top goal scorer with Haaland. Like, what?
Well,
Do we understand what a madness this is? This guy is joint top goal scorer with Haaland this season, in his debut season, 21 years old at Chelsea, in this dysfunctional, discombobulated team. And he is joint top goal scorer whilst being our main creator, main assister. The 3 goals that he scored tonight, I just loved all of them. I mean, sorry, 4 goals. Apologies. Excuse me. 4 goals. Got his customary penalty after he had to fight a couple man for it because they still don't understand that he's the top dog. No problem.
That was mad, you know.
Yeah,
by the way,
listen,
Matisse. That was
you know what I
mad.
mean? You man are gonna
Couldn't
learn.
believe
You're
it.
gonna learn. Like, there's a pecking order around here, and thankfully Pochettino came out after the press conference and said, "You know what? Enough of this nonsense. Like, Cole Palmer is the penalty taker now. I've had enough. I've had enough time for you guys to discuss it. Sterling wasn't there today to fight him for it as well. But whether we go from the back heel, the nutmeg for the first goal, beautiful crisp finish, then the second one, he's followed it, you know, he's crashed the box basically, which I love attackers to do. You know, follow your run, follow your pass, make sure that you're aggressive, make sure you're assertive. Don't ball watch, don't watch your pass and applaud it. Like, go and get, you know, in, you know, where it's nasty, where you need to get goals, those scrappy goals, they all count. And then Pickford, I don't know what he saw in front of him, because he just played the ball straight to him. And this guy on his right foot, on his weaker foot, and this is one of the elements of his game that he can improve, which is his weaker foot, and be able to shift both sides and give us a bit of unpredictability. He's just absolutely lobbed him from God knows how far out on his weaker foot. The guy is just oozing class, man. If we didn't have this is one of the biggest carry jobs in our history, in that I've ever seen as a Chelsea fan. This guy, without him, I don't know where we are. Statistically, we might be 17th or 16th. He is just ridiculous, man. And when people talk about the penalties, you just, first of all, you got to put them in. But now that you're actually watching him, you can see the eye test. You can see the quality, the little cheeky flicks, the nutmegs, the passes, the vision, the aura. This is not Bruno Fernandes 2.0. I'm sorry, this is not. I said it from get-go when people were saying, "Oh, how comes Bruno when he was banging in the penalties? What's changed?" First of all, they're not age mates. They don't talk in the same category, right? They didn't go to school together. And 2, just watch the game. If you don't understand, just watch the game. Because this kid's unbelievable. I'm not going to put him in silly conversations for this player, that player. That's how people get slandered. That's how people get put on a pedestal and then dragged. I'm just going to say that this kid is so talented, and we have got him for an absolute bargain. He is worth double what we paid already. Like, that's how good he is. And it ain't a fluke, because you can just see it. So big him up, man. What a performance. And then Madueke was brilliant today as well. He was dicing people up. This guy is a really good dribbler. If nothing else, he can dribble, man. He can really attack his fullback. In an era where we're seeing wingers that can't dribble, or they play it safe, or this guy is direct. And he was mashing up the place today. And Jackson scored a brilliant goal. Listen, I called him Baby Jesus on this show. People thought I was taking the piss or I was being disrespectful. I was being complimentary. Like, this guy, for the scrub that people pretend he is, or he can't do anything, or he can't contribute to anything, when you watch him, he's actually got a very, very well-rounded game. His finishing needs to improve. The goal today was out of nowhere. Like, I ain't seen a finish like that from him all season. That was brilliant. Unbelievable touch, unbelievable swivel, great finish. But his hold-up play, there's a lot of strikers in this league that can't hold up the ball like he can. They don't have the upper body strength that he's got, the link-up play, the weight of pass, the ball carrying ability. So the disrespect on Jackson, I'm cashing it in soon. I'm definitely going to bank that for years to come, because I really think if he gets his mentality right and he fixes his footwork in front of goal, You know, that kid will shut people up. But yeah, man, just finally a proper win, 6-0. Could have been 6-1 or 6-2. We got a bit fortunate with Beto, loves to be offside, doesn't seem to time his runs. Set pieces are crazy, but yeah, Cole Palmer, man, level with Haaland, the top goal scorer, chasing a golden boot, bro. Just saying it out loud is just ridiculous, man. In this team, no world-class like players everywhere and just all over the shop. The manager moving mad at times this season. I don't know how he's doing it, man. He's a freak. It's crazy. So yeah, man, big up Cole Palmer. Mad player.
And he slots his penalties away, even arguments going on, no pressure, just does his job.
Bro, like I'm pulling my hair out. Like Chelsea fans today had to keep me calm because I can't believe there's people arguing whilst a penalty is about to be taken that someone else should be taking it. And it's happened multiple times. Sterling's done it a couple times this season. Now these guys, and the composure, you're right. The composure to just ignore all of that and still tuck them away is crazy. But I wouldn't have even been surprised if he had missed it because it was actually commotion. Like today that was the only part of the game that was genuinely embarrassing was the bickering going on and the immaturity from the players for that penalty. And it just goes to show that thankfully Gallagher stepped up and split up the argument. But this team, they really need to grow up quickly, man, because we ain't got time for this shit. We're 9th. We don't give a damn who's taking the penalty. Like your GA is not important. The guy scores all of his penalties, he takes them. End of conversation. Simple as that. So yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen again.
And obviously most Chelsea super chats are on Cole Palmer. All hail King Cole, first of his name, long may he reign. The boy got the throne. Cole Palmer is the past. He is now King Cole. Premier League top scorer settings. Big up Filler as well. Watching that Cole Palmer go live was insane. I don't expect him to be competing with Haaland for golden boots each year, but how good can he be? I think that's what Matisse alluded to now. You know, he's got faith that he's in it for the long run.
Yeah, I mean, before you say world class, you got to do it seasons. You know, you got to do it seasons. So this has been an incredible first season. Let's see if he can do it next season. But yeah, mad debut season, man. Mad.
One man deserves all the credit for those few gems that we bought, and that's Joe Shields, former City Youth Chief Scout. Salute for Palmer. Couple more. KK said Cole Palmer, top scorer with Haaland in the Prem. 36 goals and assists in 38 games. Proper player. Only highlight in a poor season. Poch has till December. And on that note, Elisa's asking, Poch in or Poch out, Matisse?
Yeah, I haven't changed my mind. If he wants to bring it back, then he's got to get us in Europe. Like, it's unacceptable to not finish in Europe. Like, if we had beaten Burnley and Sheffield United, I was saying side today, we would currently be 6th because we beat Everton. So if we just beaten Burnley and Sheffield United in those very winnable games, we would right now be 6th. So I can't sit here and say that anything below 6th is good enough because it's literally right there. There's no consistency for the race. There's no teams that are looking like they're going to take it and run with it. Everybody's just get it done. Like, stop the excuses. Stop going back and forth over different points and 1 minute it's this, 1 minute it's that. Just get it done. Just handle business. Win games you're meant to win. We're not asking for like 7-6 games on a trot. Just get Europe, man. Just get Europe. It's just that simple.
It also adds Matisse Rush past top 4 talk to gas up 9th place penalty merchant. Know your role, buddy. SAEED, is there anything to say on United, or would you rather leave it? Because I don't mind. Rather leave it.
Yeah, man. It's too late, man. Let's just move on.
Yeah, keep it moving. I've got 10 super chats here. I'm gonna get them in. Vibab says fans should have stayed back, but I get it. The hurt, it's unbearable. We definitely need an out-and-out striker. Goals generate confidence. Wanib, Matisse is an embarrassment to real football people. These agendas are a joke. 12 played, 10 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss, and you're talking the most. Bad 45 minutes is not a bottle. And
I didn't say you
Matisse. And this guy hates you. He's the reason I hope and pray we win the league. Matisse, if we win the league, you're done. We are coming for you.
That's not real hate, man. I felt the love through the super chat just flowing through the screen, man. It's crazy.
William, big up William. I know this is your first super chat. Solanke 35 mil, if that's the price, it's very interesting, but he wouldn't have been, the one I would have picked. But strikers are scarce. If it's not Isak, I don't know who it is.
Can't see it. He's a good striker, though. Can't see it.
Yeah, he is good. I
think we're more likely to go for him, to be honest.
Ebenezer says, big up. You can't imagine how much it hurts to be an international fan, pushing your team over the TV and seeing the fans leave. Big up Rohan, Chelsea fan from Mumbai. Finally get to see you guys live. Been following you guys since COVID times. Love the banter. Love for the love. Chelsea fan there. DDMK saying, if Chelsea finish above United, SAEED got to hold that. Matisse called us, man called us bottlers. Sorry. Well, we will be there. Turkish, how long do you give the process to deliver? I said 18 months. That means end of next season. We must. Yassine says, no Nabry, no Davies, no Coleman. Sané and painkillers. Arsenal are healthy. Favourites. And then we're not favourites, but yeah. I still hope and believe. Gonna end it with this one. LFC saying Hugh, he's gonna gift you next time you go live. He loves the Big Six and all the channels. Big Six helped him through rough times, and he just wants to give some love back. So listen, brother, love for the love. Listen, it's all banter when we talk about the 150 memberships and getting GRIZZ off. There's nothing that can get GRIZZ off. Just know that, my bro. But I appreciate the love, appreciate the support. That is it for the show, people. Hopefully you were entertained. 2 hours, 34 minutes. A lot of results to get through. We didn't even touch on United holding on, but we will be there next time. Thursday, 10:30, I want to say, because of Liverpool Europa League and Champions League football as well. Fucking nice autoplay for people. Make sure you subscribe, put the notification bell on. Make sure you're here Thursday, people. And love for the love as always. Show Manscaped some love. Peace.